That helps if I click the right thing. Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to Equinox, a weekly Dungeon and Dragon game featuring these lovely people here. I don't know why I gesture every week, but because they can't see you, I can see you, but no one else can see that.
Like
So,
talk sprite.
yay. Yeah, they can just see our talk sprites. As we can see, we have new talk sprites and exciting things happening. So,
Bit of Pete the talk sprite. Oh my
oh.
god, that's Elon Musk.
You guys are so
We did make
certain
that
he's
joke last week,
playing
yeah.
Elon Musk.
He will. Either he's playing Elon Musk or that guy from TikTok is like the Korean Elon Musk.
I believe that, at some point, Craig did suggest he does look a little bit like Ty. Um, which,
He's missing a mustache though.
look, there's only so much I can do with so many pixels, come on. Uh, but either way, we welcome, the Mindful Gamer, aka Scotty Too Hottie, whatever you wanna call him. Let's be honest, he's everyone's favourite friend.
I
So,
thought he went by Dr. Psycho on the internet.
I don't know, he just both. We've seen him as both at some point. So, he is
And more mindful over
well
time, you know?
I say he was the Pink Ranger. Oh god,
He was
Skylar
Doc
Storm.
Hudson.
No, he wasn't Doc Hudson. Was he
Yeah,
Doc Hudson?
he
Oh, yeah,
played
he was.
Doc in
He wasn't Doc Hudson,
Ignition
though.
Point.
That was the
Nah, but
compiling of 2
I
characters.
call him Doc Hudson. Um,
That's what happens when we do the fusion dance.
yeah.
But, yes, after having, some time off to do life things and introducing us to our Lord and Savior, Dungeon Crawler Carl, he is back with us. So, yes. Who remembers what happened last week anyway? Andrew's got the notes. Andrew
We
always
were
takes
in
the notes.
Moonblight all of last week, right?
You were. That we did take a slight sojourn out of actual character to discuss what the hell is going on and
Yeah, that
book
was the
stuff.
main cliff notes in my mind. I think
Yeah.
me and Arashi, me being Feynman and Arashi, hung out.
You did. You went back to
We
yeah,
went back to my
Feynman took
house. We went
Arashi
back
back to
to
his
my house
bits.
and it faded to black.
You took him
Yeah.
out to your hot tub and,
Hot tub and
Yeah,
rice wine.
we went bathing. I showed him the cookie cupboard, and
the
the
cookie
milk
cupboard.
fridge.
Yep.
It's realistically all a man could need is a cupboard full
And
of
all
cookies and a fridge full of milk.
and all of this was because, Richard Feynman has been banned from the Blue Moon Tavern
I did get
for
banned from a
kicking
tavern
doors.
for kicking in a door.
Yep. Not just
Um,
kicking in a door, kicking a hole straight through a door, if we
yeah,
remember
I got
correctly.
in, didn't I?
You did
In
get
my
in.
defense,
Oh, I got it
I
to you, all
asked
right.
I asked for the key and wasn't given it, and
No.
he was left
I don't
with
think
no
you did ask
job.
for the key.
I
You're
did.
just like,
So
I did ask for the key.
Tabata was indeed left behind at the dingy dockside tavern while Arashi got to go sleep under a cushioned
whoa,
bed
whoa,
because
whoa,
heaven
whoa, whoa,
forbid.
whoa. What's this left behind bullshit, all right? I was there. Wicked was there.
I suppose that counts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That counts? Maybe.
He's left behind by his best friend in the whole world.
Yeah,
well, I
Arashi
can't
We'll
help
ignore
that.
that element.
Arashi
Um,
has gone to the lap of luxury only to sleep under the bed, should I say.
I think we also realized that Richard Feynman wasn't present for like 3 out of the 3 boss fights we've done. Because I didn't
Yeah.
know that we had killed or successfully defeated 3 of the things from the book.
Oh, you're like,
Just-
shit, yeah.
I was like, "Are we gonna go do this?" And then everyone said we've
Well,
already done it, and I'm like,
The
"Damn."
last time we took you to a boss fight, you got smoked real fast. So we're like, ooh, maybe we should like mercy.
Yeah, I did get 1 shot last time. Scott, if you're keeping track at home, every initial combat I've ever been in with Tegan, she has killed me in 1 hit on turn 1.
Without meaning to. It's been
Like every
well,
campaign, the first combat, I get 1 kill.
to be fair, you
Vegan's
did walk
initial
up straight up.
combats are quite deadly.
You did walk straight up to a guy, set fire to him, and he blew up in your face. So,
Which guy was that?
Tentacle Man, Xenobelly.
Did I set fire to him? No, I
No,
did not.
you didn't. You walked up to him
Someone
and
else.
Clint set fire to him.
I tried to punch him because I'm a monk, and he got like blasted into next week.
And then Clint set him on
What zapped
fire,
him?
thus blowing you
All I
up.
did was I've just zapped him, and
It was
Yeah.
a mighty fine zap.
It was fine. It was fine. We survived. Everyone survived. No one's dead.
Well,
Apart from
no, not everyone
obviously
survived. Feynman didn't survive. Way to
Feynman.
bring him
Well,
back.
he's still with you. Feynman survived. The only
Yeah.
thing that hasn't survived is Habaru's sanity. So
Yeah, that's true. Andrew's
here we
sanity,
are.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, so what did happen? Apart from that, there was also the weird cat situation.
Yes. Which I know about that through vague recollection of memory. Oh,
I'm doing
dude!
Andrew's
Now that I'm at a
standing
steam
desk so
desk,
much.
I'm gonna gesture
I'm
so much.
so powerful at my standing desk. I'm gonna start
There's
making
gonna be a
power
whole
poses.
Power
show going
movement.
on here of
Yeah.
power poses. Yes.
So
Essentially, with the cats are a coming, or they're a herald of the. I don't remember their names, but one of the
a
shit
Steiger.
eels from the book. Yes. She is the not nice sister, and then there's apparently the nice sister that we
Who has
did
also
talk.
been released into the world, apparently.
Yeah, and no one likes that.
I don't know. I don't know. You got a whole butt ton of golden apples out of it. Via. Yeah.
Yes, Istasha and Vaya.
A Steiger. Yeah, it's close enough. The cats also had the weird thing that every time they'd brush up against someone, it would take you to like a weird subspace.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you would
also
hear,
unkillable.
Yeah,
"Let me
that would
out, let me
Oh, so the
out,
cats
let
were
me out."
unkillable.
yeah, they would put it just to stress Arashi because it's something that he can't kill.
But they did take you to subspaces where a subspace, which was a strange long white corridor with lots of doors and just a random voice in the ether asking for your help to
Yeah,
find them, to help them.
definitely not cool. Um, Habaru completed his project of the horn.
All by himself, apparently.
Well, no. Sabata did a lot of the heavy lifting, and I just kind of, I don't know, fingered the
Thank you.
horn to chisel it into shape.
Phrasing.
I know what I said. It's technically correct. He would use his fingers, because they're metal, to grate it down.
That's fair. That's fair. Also, you
Uh,
can't be desheathed. So
True.
you are no longer
Uh,
have any possibility of being bladeless.
don't say it
See,
like
when
that.
I say it, apparently now it's phrasing, but when you
Yeah.
say it,
Because it's unprompted and uncalled for. But speaking of unprompted, Wicked
Yes, you can.
realized that Feynman had a dagger, looked over the dagger, and went, "Hey, that looks
You
important."
know, all credit to Wicked, not like me metagaming and being like, check out this dagger. I was picking my teeth with it. And I'm fairly certain Wicked did Wicked not fail an investigation and then pick her teeth with it?
No, I just
No, went
I
straight to
didn't
it.
feel anything. She just
she
did
didn't fail. She knew exactly what it was. She just still picked her teeth with it.
That won't have
Um,
consequences.
Arashi is also concerned that in your room that you share, Wicked has a drug cupboard.
And
So
Arashi said she must be terribly ill.
Arashi is concerned now for her health. Because if somebody needs that much medication, she must be chronically ill.
It's illness of sorts.
Yeah. So then you guys had a wonderful rest of the evening where you rested and slept and ate solid milk and all sorts. Had a great night, from what I have gathered. Uh, which leads us into uh, the 9 a.m. news if anyone wants to hear some news.
News sounds
Oh, like that.
amazing.
Sure. The spare room, because this was whose room was it?
It was originally
Steve's character's room.
no, it wasn't. Well, yeah, actually it was. You've actually got that means you've got 2
was-
spare rooms. It was Namo's room, and then
Yeah.
there is also
No, I think it was Eminem, wasn't it? That was his name.
no, that's a different character.
A reference that no one will ever get.
Yep, Eminem. Yep, his name was Namo. There was also I just know Purple Van. I'm so sorry, Clint. I cannot remember his name. Warlock. That's what it was. Took me a second.
I
W-A-R-L-O-K.
think
Yes.
your DM respects your characters, and then she just
That's-
goes, "You're who again?"
Fucking
Clint has a high rate of character change. Give me a break. We've had
Seems
3
like
characters, let alone in this campaign alone, in 38 episodes.
I've had 3.
Still haven't got
Don't
through
show
my
them the
Three.
personality.
Warlock, Shady, and now Sabata. He's got a high turnover. Every 10 sessions, he needs a new character, apparently.
No, you can't blame that because that was me begging for Sabata.
Yes.
That's me. That wasn't clear.
And Clint's like, heck yeah, the boys are back. So, on that
I was gonna
note,
say, is there like a clock radio in the room that goes off that has the news?
yes, there is.
Not nice.
Yes, it does play over radios wherever you are. So, good morning, Moonblight. I'm Misty Challenger, and you're joining me for the 9 a.m. news. The city mourns the loss of one of the brightest academic minds of our generation. Famed linguist Professor Mina Bessinger was reported as deceased by the Imperium late last night. Professor Bessinger was known for her work into resurrecting the ancient dialects from the motherland and was tragically preceded by her late husband earlier this year under mysterious circumstances, which the Imperium has ruled was not subject to nefarious intent. Locals outside the city walls have reported that a herd of goats has been terrorizing the surrounding farmland. Their owner, Beric Dreeston, has warned that the troublesome creatures were able to escape due to a prolonged injury and are likely to get themselves into all sort of scrapes if left to their own devices. The Imperium has opened applications to allow interested parties to collect the errant caprines. If you wish to try your hand at heroism, please apply via the open source gig app Grindr. Grindr, where experience pays. Forbidden scrolls have been stolen from the library. An eyewitness report suggests a young wizard by the name of Horatio Alterum was responsible, with Imperium sources stating he may have ties to the infamous Covenant of Eris. Fears of a demonic uprising grow among the population. However, the Imperium insists that their heroes are up to the task. For more news, entertainment, weather, and traffic updates, please follow us on Facebook, Hex, TwigTalk, and Hextagram. I'm Misty Challenger for 606.9 PMB, home of your local news.
Okay, hang on. Do y'all
Yes?
not have Grinder down under,
We do.
like the app?
We do, but what do you do when you grind for XP on any games that you play?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about men grinding on other men.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm aware.
She got it.
Okay.
She got it.
I'm aware. That was the joke, Andrew.
No,
Because
no. Hang on. We've been doing. Oh, it's Moogle, it's Hextagram, and like all this other like kind
Twitter
of
is still
like,
Twitter in this. Because bird.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because we're in hell.
But
Oh,
it's Hex, formerly known as Twitter.
and I silenced the clock, the alarm clock.
Boom. Okay. Yep,
You
you
killed it,
smashed the
or-
alarm clock. Well done.
Groundhog Day. It'll come back.
Just there is tinkles of metal and circuitry that just shatter all across the polished concrete floor of this room that you're in. Well, only Arashi and Feynman are here, so
He's in someone
um,
else's room, isn't he?
Yep.
he is in someone else's room. He
I'm
had
in the
you would have
spare room.
crawled out from under the bed and smashed the radio that's just
I use my
started
sword.
blaring out of nowhere.
I use my sword. I cut it in half.
Yep, it's absolutely fine. There are
Yeah.
sparks just
He jumps out with his bow ready, thinking someone snuck into his room and is now talking.
But technology.
You know, because it is 9 AM, you do know, Feynman, that in the, Imperium cafeteria, breakfast will be served until at least 11. So because obviously they do want to cater for, the heroes that do late night and overnight questing. And
I'll
they
put
have
my
a
disguise
huge
back on.
assortment of food. You put your what?
Disguise back on.
Okay.
You were disguised as Hulk Hogan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, brother.
Excellent.
Hell yeah, brother!
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a rush of
we'll go-
mania.
I reckon we'll go grab a to-go breakfast and meet up with the gang.
Okay. So,
Two
Uh,
breakfast burritos, I assume with dragon eggs.
Well,
sure.
I could
As
disguise you if you like as well.
No, I need to be not disguised here so that they know who I
Sure.
am.
I raid someone's closet. I don't know who it is. I could.
Well,
make
your
you look
choices
like-
are Habaru, Wicked, or Feynman.
Well, I'm after
Who's
some.
got 34 of the same outfit on racks?
Pretty
I'm after
much.
some very specific colors, so I could turn him into the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Okay. You raid cupboards till you have the perfect disguise.
You know
I
what?
will. I will disguise outside once we leave. I'll get in there.
Jesus Christ.
I have 3 minutes.
Incidentally, you do, going through what you assume is Wicked's room, you do find a sequined purple, like, kimono-style jacket
Oh hell yeah!
with golden butterflies on it.
And the pockets are just stuffed with Slim Jims.
Sure. Sure.
Just fucking. I'm gonna be snapping into Slim Jims for the rest of the week.
It does look good on you. Strangely,
Wing holes now.
Feynman. Well, you do have to unsew at least some of the seam, the back
Unsew.
seam.
Yeah, with my lightsaber, I'll unsew.
Yeah, you definitely unseam the back seam so that you can slip it over your wings. Um, but it actually looks good on you. The gold and purple color scheme looks fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Oh
So-
yeah, let's get some breakfast.
Yeah.
Your orange hair is slicked back. Just
Looking good.
you look schmick. But yes, you do lead Arashi through the hallways. It is a little bit like a rabbit warren in here, Arashi. It's just all the same hallway, dark grey floor, white walls, white doors. There are little plaques next to each one in grey, just telling you whose quarters or offices or boardrooms and stuff like this. But eventually, he leads you through a double door where you can see metal as far as the eye can see, as you see essentially for modern world setting. Bain Marie's, you see warmers that do have rolled burritos and things like this in it, breakfast burritos, you see protein bars, you see a whole fresh fruit and yogurt buffet that is over. It does seem to be steaming a little bit in terms of it's got coolness coming out of it that is keeping it nice and chilled. There are slices of all different colors and textures of cheese. This is the most lavish. There is fish. There's many different types of bread. This is the most lavish food setup you have ever seen, Arashi. Whatever you could think of or want, you manage to find it. There are flavored milks, there are different kinds of breakfast meat, cooked meats, cold cuts, lettuces and salads, and there's rice and yeah, anything your heart could desire, which is in essence to you, Arashi, would seem incredibly wasteful because you don't know how many heroes reside here. You don't know how many people eat here. It looks like a lot of food.
That doesn't worry Arashi too much.
Grab
That's on them.
one.
But yeah, if there's rice balls or sushi rolls, I'll
Yep.
stock up on them. Is there any containers for any of these?
Yeah,
Or
they
is
they
it
do
just
seem
like-
to have they do seem to have like a um it's got a weird texture to it. You realize as you pick it up, it is a very thin kind of bamboo container. You know how they've started making those plasticky bamboo straws
Yeah.
as disposable straws instead of the paper ones, because paper ones are shit. It's that kind of material.
Well, I'm going to stock up on some rice balls and put
Yep.
them in my backpack. I'm also going to stock up. You said there's all different cheeses.
Yep, all different kinds of cheese.
I'm going to stock up on a whole heap of different cheeses for Sabata.
Okay, you get a little container and you make like a little buffet of like soft cheeses and like 2 different types of soft cheese. You avoid any of the ones with the mold because you know that's a no-go. Um, but yeah, different types of soft cheeses. There's also some cream cheese because why not? Um, and you've basically lined it all up in varying hardness from soft to like really firm cheeses.
Oh,
For
and I got it's more for myself, but Arashi loves them too.
yeah,
You know how they do the little frankfurts and they make them into little octopuses.
yep, they
Octopi.
have those.
Yeah.
Yep,
I got to get a container of them as well.
sure. They even have to the side. You see that there are like little character pics that actually look um, you're not 100% sure what the character is, but it looks a little bit like an owl.
Don't eat owl.
No, but they're
Octopus.
little pics that go in the food.
Phew.
He assumes it means L.
As we load up everything, I load up everything. I load up quite a bit actually. Probably something that would be considered a rude amount into my backpack.
Oh no, it's not because they actually take
As
this
as
into
a unit of measurement, though, something that would be considered a rude
they do
amount.
actually take this into consideration, and you do see at the end of like near the door there is actually a dispenser of they look like a black canvas bag arashi. And as you go over there, there is actually a thing that these are essentially bags of minor colding. They will hold a temperature for about 8 hours. That Imperium, if you're going out into the field, you can take with you.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
so how many containers do they hold?
They hold about 6.
I'll take 2,
Sure.
and I'll fill them up,
Okay.
and then I'll sit at the breakfast table with Feynman,
Yep.
with my plate of carrots, and just point out, did you ever put any consideration into the layout of this building? It's very military. All the corridors the same, matching to disorient people that come in here who don't know.
Is that a question or is he just telling me?
I'm pointing out, like, are you aware?
Oh,
Of
okay.
I like to think I like
me.
to
I'm like,
think
"You don't have it in
Feynman's there,
front of him.
fork
Tell."
full of dragon eggs, scrambled dragon eggs, halfway to his mouth, going, "Is that a question?" Or
I would like to think that I've made myself a burrito at the burrito station that's probably about the size of an infant.
yeah,
Um, and that's my breakfast. But
sure.
in response to Arachi, I guess what like it's the layout. I remember the layout. It seems pretty fine.
No, but it all looks the same. So someone who's unaware, it's designed to confuse.
Maybe, but you can always follow the smell of eggs to the cafeteria.
Not really the point I'm getting at.
Arash,
I mean,
roll me
how
a
would you
perception.
design your the place where you keep all your heroes and whatnot?
Depends.
Compounds. Something like this, I would have to assume.
Well, the way that it has been vaguely described of what you do, you are showpieces, which therefore means lavish and attention. This
Well, kind of, but we still gotta like go do stuff. We don't get paid not to do anything.
I'm sure. But
Like we
even
get
though,
quests and stuff that are pretty like not great. We get the lavish lifestyle as like a reward for, you know, being like doing stuff that suck, difficult tasks and defeating monsters.
saying most places that have heroes don't live like this. Not in my time. The heroes are normally showered and praised and elevated. This is just a glorified military barracks.
Ah, I get it. Okay, so it's saying that it's not. I thought he was saying that this was very good. I mean, we get rewards in other ways. We get money. Um,
Which is also very
the food's pretty
counter-hero.
good.
Most heroes do it for the deed, not for the money.
I suppose, but there's it becomes a point where there's too much to do to just rely on people who want to do it for the deed. I guess so. You got to pay them.
Interesting. Society has changed.
It is. It has, to my recollection, Tegan. It's been what someone's mentioned. It's been like 80,000 years for this guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a while. Like, I don't know. Did you expect it to not change in the different times that you've?
I felt that the core values would remain the same.
I mean, there's some that I imagine would be somewhat the same, like help people who need to be helped, and
Not from what I've seen so far. You have a group of heroes that live like military and are paid to do the job. Where's the everyday hero?
do I know any like every? The problem is, I guess they become gods pretty quick, right? Like pretty much, or like god-like.
I mean, roll me a history.
Yep.
Depends on what Feynman actually remembers.
Let's see. Feynman didn't open his character sheet. Give him a second for it to load.
While
Only
that's happening,
Feynman
Arashi,
listened
roll
I'm
me a
here, I'm here.
perception
Cover
if you
talk.
can.
Okay.
-2, fucking hell.
Roll your perception.
I
Yep.
scrolled all the way to the top of the chat. 9.
Okay. So, Arashi, you notice that there is the doors have opened and the doors have opened and uh, a strange individual has entered. He's kind of looked around at everything. He's very excited as he's looked around at breakfast, and his eyes have locked on Feynman. And as they do, you watch as he lights up this tabaxi gentleman. He just lights up with
Oh,
absolute joy.
hell yeah. I know who this is. This is the puppet guy.
The puppet. Is that what we're
It's-
calling you?
There's 2 people that Feynman remembers canonically. It's the puppet guy and Wicked.
Oh, canonically.
Fuck you, brother. Notice how you don't make the list?
Oh, God. Give me a moment because I'm actually looking back through Andrew's
Okay,
notes and
sure.
hoping like hell he actually recorded his name because I
I
did
feel like
not.
I recorded his name.
Oh, I was gonna say, good fucking luck with that, because yeah, who knows?
I
That
tried
was
to
when I was
make a
on top of my
voodoo
game, and I
doll
still
of
can't catch names.
I'm pretty
Habaru.
sure. Yeah, he did. You made a voodoo doll. The nut.
It didn't work.
Well,
Where
turns
did
out
that-
you don't need it when just to get into my skin.
I didn't roll a appropriate enough arcana. God, imagine the campaign if I had a voodoo doll of Habaru. That would have been the best. I just fucking.
God, what is his
Uh,
name?
the
Do
things
we
I do to
remember
that
his
doll.
name?
Samson.
Okay, we'll call him
Sure about
Samson for
that.
now because I can't
It
remember.
works. It's fine.
And it'll be
Samson,
in the
puppet
notes for
guy.
next time. His name is
You
now
call him-
Samson.
Why don't you call him Henson?
Oh, Jensen.
Henson.
No,
Alright,
Henson.
yeah.
Perfect.
Henson.
The Jim Henson.
I
Love him.
literally, as soon as I see it locked, eyes
And he gets really excited. He's this young cheetah tabaxi gentleman. His clothes look really nice. They're like a cream linen, kind of like young Anakin Skywalker before he,
Before he
decided
turned
to
evil.
All right.
before he turned evil.
Not
And yeah,
decided, got corrupted. My poor man's didn't
you
deserve
watch
that sort of
as
Before he
his
walked into the
tail
wings.
kind of perks up, and you notice, Arashi, on the end of his tail appears to be a hand puppet of some description. But this hand puppet is beautiful, eye-catching, a glorious little gold dragon
Hell
man
yeah, I was
hand
hoping it would be
puppet on
me.
his tail.
I hate puppets. They are
We made
scary.
As
puppets
he
together.
Clowns.
Feynman, you've got no idea. You just know that heroes do hero things in hell, in
Yeah,
Nethereg.
we're
Well, I'm
paid,
gonna,
we're around.
Yep.
I'll bump Feynman and just go incoming and give a nod in the direction while my hand reaches up and picks up a fork.
They are metal forks.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Knowing what I do about Arashi and his tendencies, I'll be like, oh, it's a friend.
As you lock eyes with him, we're going to call him Jem Henson, just
Jim
because
Henson.
he locks eyes with you and he's like, hi, and like waves. He's like, I didn't realize you were back in town.
I'll beckon him over. I'll be like, come sit down, my young friend. Grab some food. I'll give him a slice of breakfast burrito.
A slice of breakfast.
Like it's a fresh ham.
He does go and collect a whole heap of cheese as well, and a very chilled glass of milk to sit down with you. And he sits down. He accepts your breakfast burrito. Um, he does kind of shift it around because beans are not his favorite, but he does sit with you. He's like, "Yeah, I didn't realize you were back in town. Like, I didn't know if you were still out on mission, and like I might have been keeping an eye on Wicked's like Hextagram and seeing where you're at and stuff. And like, you apparently took down a dragon.
We did. We went out to what was it? Wolf Haven. Is it called? What's Amari's homeland?
You went to Anthelamere? Like, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I
Town is
can't get
called.
clearance to leave. I can't get clearance to leave the plane. So, I've just been doing normal stuff like, hunting down rats and like collecting information and stuff like that, and transporting prisoners and doing that kind of stuff.
What when we went to the Anthalamere was um were we with Arashi yet, or is he not there yet?
I was there
You were there when we left?
for the dragon.
No, before that, like when we left
No,
the plane.
when we went to Enthalmere, no, he was not with us.
No,
No,
he was
okay.
he joined you in Enthalamere at
Okay.
the Happy Clappers.
Yeah.
Right. I was about to ask him if we got clearance because I don't think we got clearance.
Because
No, Callie made sure you had
Yeah, but
clearance.
wasn't that retroactive?
Yes,
What was
Callie does a
the-
lot of that for you.
He does a lot of retroactive work for us. I'll
Yes.
just tell him that we've got a very good agent. She does good work.
Yeah, like I'm hoping to move up in the squads and stuff like this. Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Jam. He holds out a hand for you, Arashi. You watch as he like brushes the cheese crumbs off his hand and holds out a hand.
Steps it with a fork.
I'll put a hand out. How's it going there, brother?
You must be new around here. So, is Mr. Feynman like your mentor or something like that? Like,
Yeah, he's showing me the ropes. We're gonna get down and we're gonna go worldwide, brother.
interesting. I mean, you keep an eye on him because he really is like the best of the best. Like, they already like gold minted his card and everything. They knew he was going to be like top tier. So I'm not surprised they already gave him a student to learn from him and stuff and everything like that. So
Absolutely. Me and Feynman, we're going to be heroes for life.
The cream rises to the top.
yeah, I really look up to Mr. Feynman. As you can see, like I and he shows off his sock puppet Feynman on his tail.
Oh, it's adorable. Actually, I don't have it because it'll be in Himura's bag. Because I
Yeah,
believe I have a puppet of some description still.
you do. You have a Habaru puppet
Yeah.
with
You
some
have
of
a
Habaru's
Habaru
hair.
puppet? Did you
With
shove a
like some of
Habaru puppet into my bag?
Yeah.
yes, with Habaru's hair sewn into it, I believe.
Yeah. It's meant to be a voodoo. It's in. So the way I imagine it is I have a bag in your bag.
Yeah.
So I
And
can get my.
I don't go through your things as much as I hate you sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't go through your things, and it's a mutual respect.
So yeah, I'm
As you
getting.
place your stuff in my stuff.
I asked though.
So yeah, I've gotten really good at the puppets things. I'm getting better at animating them too, like as part of my training and stuff.
When he says animating.
Yeah, I do a bit of this, and he pulls out a set of like little wooden dolls. They're probably only like an inch high, roughly, give or take. And he like waves a little hand. You see a little sparkle of like golden light, and you watch them kind of like start walking across the table.
How does Arashi react to this?
You said friend. He's being calm, cool, but you probably notice one leg is bouncing up and down under the table very quickly.
Yeah, he doesn't like puppets, right? That's like a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah. Fair enough. Oh, that's
Yeah.
really cool, man. You're doing super well. What type of Imperium work do you do? My friend here was asking about other types of Imperium work that's going on, not just the monster fighting business.
I mean, I'm only like recently graduated from the academy, so like I'm a low level mage, so I spend my time between here and the wizard school, the Scarlet Magisterium, making sure that I can animate stuff and all that kind of stuff. And so I do a lot of like I suppose the boring stuff that big heroes like you don't do because they well all work comes through the Imperium, so it's a really good way to, get my skills up and, quick reflexes. Like I said, fight a lot of rats and just collecting information and carrying stuff to other places and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's stuff that we, you know, occasionally outsource to the gig agents and stuff. But because you have to be licensed.
Hmm. Okay. Did that provide you any clarity, Mr. Hogan?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you gotta go through the whole process. Like, my family are lifers. We started young, went through the, uh, like, schools and the university to become, like, heroes and stuff like that, especially 'cause, since, the Imperium outlawed, like, rogue heroes, years ago.
Mm. So you can't be a hero. This is elaborating to Arashi, I guess, but you can't be a hero, I guess, without the Imperium say so in
Yeah.
what do we call this place? Like I know it's like Nethreg, but do we just call it like the underworld or like anything casually? You know what I mean?
No,
The Hells
usually,
or something like
um
that?
it used to be called the Hills, but it is now just called Nethreg, but you can just call it by the specific circles by the circles. So, for example, this is Purgatory, this is the most outermost circle, like the closest bordering the land of the living, but
Mm.
as you go in, it goes through the circles of the sins, basically.
Yeah, okay.
And then once you go through the circles of the sins, or you go through or you die and go through processing, you then get sent on to the far planes of death beyond. So, like through the veil, basically, if you are allowed to pass through the veil, because not all souls can, Andrew.
Yeah.
It's a whole character concept he had. So yes, but
Well,
yeah, like my family
it
of
was very informative, Alan. Thank you.
You're welcome. My family have been here for like 50 years since the merge happened, so you know, kind of just the way it is.
Fortunately, it's time for me and the Mean Gene here to get up and get going.
Oh yeah,
What-
I'm
I'd like to
really
finish
sorry, sir.
off-
I didn't mean to interrupt you or at your breakfast. I just wanted to say
Absolutely not.
hello.
Anytime you come sit with us, this is where the power lies. Right here. And just remember, say your prayers, take your vitamins, and you never go wrong.
Say my prayer, sir. Who am I praying to?
It's all right, brother. And Arashi will stand up and grab his 2 plastic bags of food.
I'll shake.
They're more like
Jim's-
little fabric like coolers bags, but
I'll shake Jem's hand and be like, "It's always a pleasure." And I'll exchange contact details with him, so that I
sure.
don't know, because I like
Yeah.
him. If he needs to, if there's something going wrong, he can reach out.
You just do an e-link with his ethereal
Yeah.
connector. All right. Well, you have a good day, Mr. Feynman, Mr. Hogan. And I'll see you next time maybe you're here for breakfast while you're in town and, not being really cool and stuff.
Alrighty. And we'll take off.
You leave.
Where are we going now? The tavern that I'm banned from, but only out the
Okay.
front of it.
So as you guys head back to the tavern, meanwhile, for those of you at the Blue Moon Tavern, you are having a very different morning. You have gotten up. Sabata, they got you a room. The bed was better quality than back in your own time. It definitely smells cleaner.
Did he
Um,
sleep on it or under it?
Oh, definitely on it. Yes.
He's not
It's
savage.
lovely,
Yeah.
nice feather pillow. It's got a lot of comfort and give to it. It was actually kind of lovely. The fireplace, they had a fireplace, but it was boarded up. This place, much to your absolute disgust, outside of the tavern is actually quite humid. The whole environment around Purgatory itself has been quite humid. However, the best part about this room was they had this strange white box affixed to the wall that just was blowing out hot air. That just to take that, it just basically drying it out and making it warm in here.
Interesting. It may have been pulled apart.
The minute you
Big
turned it off and did that, the humidity started to seep in again.
I have to find out how I was trusted in keeping myself cool while I was doing it.
So, Habaru, you and Wicked have awoken in your various separate rooms, obviously. It has been very quiet from Sabata's room. But it is indeed, you heard the 9 a.m. news and you have made your way out to get your own breakfast from the tavern. They do have a tavern menu, but you do also, obviously, you are able to just put it on a tab. Yes, you are able to put it on a tab for the Imperium to pay for you,
Hell yeah.
which, of course, for the rest of you, just because I can.
Oh, I can't see this shit.
Oh no, he
Business
can't.
expense.
Business expense. So yes,
Let's
there is
see.
indeed a breakfast menu as per usual. So yes, I'm assuming you collect Sabata to get him to eat something for breakfast.
Yeah, he would probably, on his way downstairs, stop by Spot's room and be like, "Hey, man, they got the cod downstairs."
You can see Habaru behind him. The reverse cycle air conditioner on the wall has been pulled apart.
Another one's gonna get banned.
Funnily enough, this room has of all of the doors in this place, this room has the newest looking door.
Is there a brand on that air conditioner?
Yes, Critvo Industries.
I'm gonna quickly Google it
Yep. It's not particularly
and look up for like that particular model.
Yep. It's not a particularly expensive model. It's maybe 1,500 credits.
Okay.
The look that you just died of.
Hey, Sabata,
Yes. Yes.
that's an expensive piece of equipment right there.
Yes, it is.
It
Very
is.
fascinating.
It is. You know, it's the power of both central AC and central heating. Kind of cool. You gonna be able to put that back
And
together?
hot too as well.
Yeah.
Sorry?
You gonna be able to put that back together?
Oh, sure, not a problem. Probably improve it.
You know what, man? You do that. Do you want me to grab you some breakfast and have it waiting for you downstairs in a few minutes?
Pocket bacon. I need plenty of pocket bacon.
Instead of okay. Anything else?
Some more solid milk and maybe just a glass of milk.
Okay. And he'll go downstairs and order like a baked potato for himself and all that stuff for Sabata. He'll sit across from Wicked and just immediately his head is in his hands of, oh god, it's happening again, Wicked.
Wicked is eating a stack of pancakes. with
Wicked!
sweet cranberry syrup.
It's happening again.
That should work better now.
It does. It works fabulously. It even had some of those really fascinating little crystals in it. Little
It has a
containers
few
of those.
less crystals now.
It doesn't.
Wicked
You
also
have
it works
improved
better.
it. You have
More
improved it,
efficient.
but the power source is a bit iffy because it's running on less power source.
Yeah, don't turn it to max. It might fry them. But I'll remember to tell someone.
Okay, so you join them downstairs. You guys finish up your breakfast. It's getting on to like 10:30. You have not yet seen Arashi and Feynman.
That's fine. I need to stop by a pawn shop real quick.
Okay.
Because some stuff I've been trying to sell for a while now.
So you want to head to a pawn shop. The issue
Or
is the nearest pawn shop.
somewhere where I can just sell weapons.
You are looking in the outermost circle at the opposite side of town.
Is it the Red Logistics?
You would be looking specifically for the
City and Blade
mutant
Black.
combat provisions.
Oh.
And where is that?
The lower circle of town.
Oh, lower
Okay.
circle.
Oh, I see
Oh,
it.
here we
Okay.
go.
Down here.
Yeah. Okay.
And funnily enough, you actually do. You are familiar with the lady that runs this because you have been here for a little while. Ageka. Lovely half orc woman. Sold to her before.
Okay. Okay. Neither one of them have phones.
Got a phone.
So
Yeah, he's got a phone.
a phone? Okay,
He
cool.
bought a phone in. He bought a phone in Wolfwater.
Okay. Then I will message Feynman real quick and just say, "Hey,
Meet us here.
I'm gonna stop by. Uh,
Mutant
the
combat
combat.
provision.
Why is it called? Why mutant though?
Have you asked? Have a conversation.
No,
You'll find out.
I mean, like, is the idea of mutants in this world a thing?
Yes.
In like what context?
In what context?
Yeah.
There are a number of aberrant species in the world that have happened because of the result of the starfall of the merge. There are a lot of aberrant species that have come out of it.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, I will mess if I'm. Hey, we're going on the mutant combat provisions to sell my flamethrower and shotgun. Does Arashi want to come to maybe look at modern day weapons and other gadgets?
I assume it's a yes, Arashi.
Which one's sorry?
To go to a weapon store.
Oh, I
To
mean,
look at modern weapons, Arashi.
I will follow everyone around. It doesn't mean Rashi's going to partake in anything.
Oh, fair enough. All right, well, I'll just write "see you there," and
Okay.
then like a GIF that just says "okay."
Cool. Wicked Sabata. Does that sound good to you guys? We'll stop by this combat store. I'm hoping to message someone so they can maybe create some paperwork for you guys for our two displaced friends so we can have an easier time crossing back over. Otherwise, we have to go through the Arashi method. I don't particularly like it. Stuck us in the swamp last time. Cool.
That was just with you. You were
That was
talking
to
briefly.
Wicked and Sabata, and Wicked and well, Wicked I assume is elbow deep in pancakes, and Sabata is Sabata-ing,
Elbow deep
like
in solid cheese.
solid milk.
Yeah, solid milk.
I mean,
Excuse me.
we could always forge. Can we forge papers?
We could, but we could also not have to do that.
Okay.
That sounds difficult.
Yeah, because forging papers is not as easy as it used to be. Because
Oh, okay.
just because you have a paper that says you're correct, you have to tell the computer system you're correct as well, and that's kind of hard to do.
I could tell the computer that. Yes.
How are you going to do it? Where is a computer you can use that will link into their network? That's the thing, that you have to be able to get access to the right stuff, not just a computer. You need the right stuff.
Okay, have they got a closed loop system?
Sure.
Can't you, like-
Man, I don't know. At this point, you probably have a better understanding than I do, and I'm the fucking native.
Does he? Does he have a better idea?
Sabata's incredibly
He's got-
intelligent. He can figure this out.
He's got his glasses. He's got his Moogle glasses.
Just because he's got that, I don't think Sabata knows the words he's saying. It sounds all good in context.
I mean, he says that with confidence. How can I
Yeah.
disparage him?
He stayed up late last night watching hacker movies. Good effect.
He's watching
Okay.
these videos things.
Tell you
Do
what,
it,
Sabata.
do it yourself.
It'll take like 40 minutes to get the other side of the city. God.
I like the fact that he froze and
Habaru.
all we hear is God.
Habaru, you stopped for a second there.
He's got the Scotty curse. We need to screenshot this shit.
Again, is it 40 minutes?
Is it
Oh,
what?
Oh no,
Ah!
Habaru's being replaced with a robot.
but I think
I believe he said it's a 40-minute trip down, so
Okay.
okay.
that's the date.
Andrew's hands. That's
Pretty
such a
good.
perfect Andrew shot of his head in his hands.
Oh my god.
But
Yes,
so I
it's
assume
gonna take 40 minutes.
I assume you're going to catch the monorail and head down.
Yes. Please.
Okay. Well,
I'm
you
very
do not
excited
have
for
to.
this.
Arashi and Feynman do not have to take 40 minutes, so you you guys know that you've got about 20 minutes before you are able to leave. But I imagine you will kind of catch the right loops to end up down in the lower circle. You get off of the monorails, um, a little bit of a walk away from it. So you've got to walk up the street to the mutant combat provisions. As you're doing so, um, I'd like everyone to roll me a perception, please.
My favorite.
It's okay. There's a lot of stuff here, Sabata. So if you get distracted, it's makes perfect sense.
Holy crap.
You're very distracted down here. You can see because there's a lot more flashing lights down here. It's very Blade Runner-esque. You can see signs for businesses called Circuts. You can see flashing billboards for Roy Rick's Tricks and Bits, which is a junker yard. This is a great area. This is very hardwired, technological. Down in this area, you are seeing a lot more. You are starting to see a lot more Maquia. You're starting to see a lot more automatons and people with augmentations of robotized
Father has
legs.
gone into sensory overload.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Arash.
hydration station. Hydrate.
Oh, it did?
Hydration thing.
Oh my god! Thank you for a hydration station, everyone. Quick, we need to. I hope you guys are staying hydrated because I'm not. I'm running out of water. I need to. Thank you, Dinnerman15. We very much appreciate it and welcome.
Hail hydrate.
Hail our Lord and Savior.
Wicked, you're kind of watching because you are one looking out for the Hallow Woods. You're kind of keeping a lookout for that, and you're also familiar with being very overwhelmed, and you can start to see that Sabata is just tweaking, to be honest. There's also cats everywhere, which is also kind of freaking you out a little bit. You're trying to avoid the cats. Habaru, you're on edge in this area in general. Just being down in the lower circles does make you feel a little bit sketchy, particularly because there are a lot more alleyways and stuff down here where weirdos can jump out of, and it does frequently happen in this circle because there is the potential of so much of the dead and the undead and the living mixing down here, and so not everybody has been processed and not everybody is a good person down here, but this is kind of where the mass population kind of gets shafted when they first come um, into Nethreg and things like that. I will get onto that shortly. We will see. But Arashi, you because you are so hyper aware of everything and this place just has you on edge. All the flashing lights, all of the shadowed alleyways, everything is just it creates a haze in which you have never experienced, but it kind of creates a same kind of light haze as if you were in dust or smog or it is. You've never experienced smog before, but the smog almost acts in a way that, say, fog and dust do, which is weirdly both incredible but gross. But because you are being overwhelmed by all of these senses, you do hear off of just the corner of your consciousness, you kind of hear the rattling of metal falling over and tinkle of glass and the sound of panting. And then just imperceptibly down one of the alleyways, you hear the barest of an arrow and running feet.
Okay. If I'm barely hearing running feet, so there are, you can make assumptions.
And then as you turn to look, you see two dark shadows leap from one building to another.
well, knowing me, I'm next to Fireman and Sabata, more likely closer to Sabata because when we meet up, I hand him his bag and
Okay.
literally say, don't say I don't think of you, and it's just full of different hard milks.
He's excited.
And then I'll put a hand on his shoulder with the shadows. In trouble, warn everyone. And then I'm going to use this, since you're saying it's like smog or other things, I'm going to disappear.
Okay. I'm gonna put you over here. Hopefully, I don't think I've given you vision at the moment, but we will do what we can do. Okay.
And obviously
talking.
you're gonna want me to, well, in case they can see certain things, except I'm not visible to people with dark vision. I guess I'll give you a stealth as well, though.
You can give me a stealth.
That,
Who knows? Maybe you might actually stuff up this one time. Unlikely, but you do vanish into the smog.
No need to panic, people. Rashi has spotted some trouble. Be on your guard.
Okay.
Hmm?
I'm assuming you can all see.
Yeah.
I have not blocked it out so you can't go on the roofs or climb up anything. So all of these structures are obviously skyscrapered buildings.
Ooh.
Also
Alright.
could be a leaf falling, but be on your guard.
Yes.
Obviously, go invisible after running shadows.
Okay. Where are you heading, Arashi?
Where were the shadows?
The shadows, you saw them leap from building to building over here in this direction. You heard the tinkling of glass
I
in
didn't
this
see
direction as well.
Didn't see the ping.
I don't think the ping appeared for everyone.
That would be why, because I'm an idiot. Just over this direction is where you saw the shadows from this building to this
Okay.
building over here. And the tinkling glass and whatnot you heard, and the running footsteps in this direction.
Well, obviously, going to go for the full blown intercept. Let's see movement. How high up is that?
This first is about 12 feet high, 12, 15 feet high.
Right. Well, using my yeah, I'll pull out my claws, scale up the side of the building.
Okay. See if she-
And so it's only so far. I can easily get that there and up in a dash and still have 40.
So she doesn't.
And you said 15.
Oh wait, while I remember it.
I still got another 30 feet of movement.
Well, okay. Can you get up there? You can
Yep.
move yourself.
Yep. I can get up there and still have 30 feet left. So
Okay. As you get up there, you see an interesting sight. There appears to be a woman up there. Looks like this. And she turns around when she hears you skitter onto the roof. You can see that she has some blades in her hand. They look familiar, like short bladed daggers, kunais, if you will.
first off, I am insulted. Arashi does not skitter. He is silent.
Skitter. Like rats. But meanwhile, before we do anything else, because
Yep.
you can't see what's down in the alleyway, what are the rest of you doing?
Bloody well on high alert.
See where
I guess
runs off to.
can we roll a
No, because he went
perception
invisible in the
for-
smog and just vanished.
We do, we,
Can we
We're
try and
doing the
perceive where
Avengers.
the noises are coming from?
we're doing the Avengers pose. We're all in a circle, looking around.
Well, the rest of you will need to roll me a perception to see if you can actually hear any noises. Because Arashi didn't tell, he just told Sabata there were noises, but didn't tell him where, he didn't tell him in what direction. He went invisible and vanished.
11, that's an exceedingly bad perception roll.
Wicked's pretty confused.
That's my best one ever.
Wicked's looking confused.
Yeah, because she rolled very well on her first perception. What's going on?
Habaru's really squinting into the smog. I'm gonna see this son of a bitch. I'm gonna get him.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
You're swearing because you've got no idea where he went. You've got no idea what's going on.
Habaru's turned around looking at this wall. I'll see him one day.
I mean, this is pretty normal. I mean, Sabata's been with me for what, 3 months? And Arashi still hasn't learned to tell Sabata because he's used to working with other assassins who can see.
Our guest, can you also roll me a stealth as you're trying to hide into this alcove?
Is this the big name reveal?
Elon
Oh,
Musk.
no. You managed to press yourself back into the alleyway. You are surrounded by electronics and you've managed to pry open an electrical pad next to you. So you have access to some electronics around you, but you have managed to kind of phase yourself a little bit and you're kind of creating a shield, a light shield, so that the eye wants to pass over you in this like little alcove that you've hidden yourself in. You can see down the alleyway a dark clothed individual. He's wearing a hood. He's got a mask on his face. He's got glasses on, and he is covered in black leather from head to toe. And you can hear, you just hear him pull just the of two blades being pulled from their sheaths. You don't know where the other one is. You think you lost her, but you're not 100% sure because you can't hear shit. But unfortunately, he stealths so well, none of you hear shit. You have no idea. You just know that it's somewhere in this vicinity.
Right, should we do teams or should we do squads? That was to the team leader, Andrew.
I haven't
Listen
put them
for
on the map,
me.
but there are also vehicles, like cars, on the road. I just haven't put them on the map because
So just assume it's.
Stand there instead then.
there
Where
is a
I'm
crosswalk
not on
here,
the road.
but there's roughly a
make
car
sense.
every 40 seconds or so. But because it is a bendy, winding street, they're not traveling particularly fast. Like, if you get hit, it's not gonna. Yeah, it's a thump and you turn around and pull a New York, hey, I'm walking here kind of situation. So,
What's happening in New York? I've yet to hear that.
what are you guys doing?
Yeah, are we gonna squad up or are we gonna split up into groups?
That sounds like the same thing to me, though.
Well, while
I
you
don't know.
guys are trying to decide that,
Oh,
because
sorry,
clearly
I
this
meant
is
to
a
stay in a
hang on,
group.
look.
Is this happening
stay
in
in a
character
group
or
or
out
go
of
twos
character
and
that
twos?
Feynman says this?
No, this is
Just in
let's go in
character.
let's go in pairs of twos. I'll take Sabata.
Okay, you
Alright,
grab
and
Sabata.
then I assume, are you guys going down the street? We'll go into that alley.
Sure, we'll go north.
Wicked this way. Then I'll
Okay.
cross the street
okay.
specifically at the crossing.
Okay, so you specifically
cross
cross the
swap
street.
button. And
I was gonna say how far down can we get before we're stopped?
Yeah,
What do you
like
mean?
what's our? Should we move our movement speed or like when are
Um,
we?
Once you get to the opening of the alleyway, that's where I'll stop you, Feynman.
Wait.
But it's
opening
going to
meeting to
take
start
you.
or opening meeting to
So
start?
what I will get you to do now is I'll get everyone to roll your turn order. Just because Arashi, I'm guessing, is engaging.
yay!
Oh
Are
my
you
God,
engaging
Arashi's
Arashi?
engaged.
Yes, he is actually.
Hell yeah, that would have been a fucking 11 without a Larry. I'm not good at initiative.
Oh,
Oh,
that's not
dude,
good.
fucking look at mine. What the fuck are you talking about?
No.
The hell did I get? 19. Oh, that's pretty good. I
That's
thought I
terrible.
got an 8, and I'm like,
I'll
I got 8
allow.
for
Yeah, but
initiative.
you're
What
a
the
fighter.
fuck?
Your
I'll
bonus
allow
for
a
initiative
negative.
was my roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell?
Okay. So, Arashi, you do actually get to go first in this round. You see this woman. She was staring down into the alleyway at something, but upon sensing you behind her, she turns, her kunai raised, in a pose that seems very familiar. The only difference is, unlike your clan, she is dressed in all black. Not only is she dressed in all black, she does have mechanized parts to her. Parts of her arms you can see are almost robotic. You can see that the eyes on her mask light up. You do see little lights over her armor as well as she turns to face you. So, Arashi, what are you going to do? You're muted, by the way.
Sorry, I was muted. As I was saying, I got up here still with extra movement left over and whatnot. But here, the lighting, as you know, we have our tattoos back in our days, which could be done with lighting nowadays. I want to make sure that the lighting doesn't match any of our markings.
It does not.
All right,
At
so
all. I can tell you straight up, does not.
the fact that she saw my, what was it, 27 stealth as I got up there, I'll literally go, you seem a worthy opponent of the Shino Ichizo no Kage. And she's got kunai.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's oh yeah, we'll pull out the size.
Okay.
So I'll pull out my two size, and let's go for her.
Okay.
See what she's got. Oh, okay. One is, what's that? One is a. Why do I have? Sorry, just checking something because I have two in my combat. 1d4, yeah, that's normal. Okay. I don't know why I have two. All right. I think one's the offhand and one's the main
Okay.
hand.
Yep.
So
11 misses. She
um,
ducks back out of the way as you take a swing at her, Arashi.
and then the offhand. I don't know why it's doing advantage. It shouldn't be.
A16. Arashi, as you go to swing your second sai at her, you feel the moment that it hits, and you hear the clang as it hits her armor as she does a surprising thing as your attack hits her, as she vanishes and appears on the rooftop adjacent to you.
Ooh. I know that skill. Unfortunately, I'm not at a level to do that because I can.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do, Arashi?
Well, it's not
As you're now excited by the thrill of the chase.
Oh, hell yeah. Then that's that. So I'll just go after
Leap
her.
across?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you leap across. Okay, anything else that you can do? Want to do?
That was attack, and that was my offhand. That's it.
Okay. Down in the alleyway, you have your light phase over you at the moment. you can hear from the rooftop above you a clang of metal. You can hear approaching footsteps, and you can hear the slight whistle of the gentleman at the end with his blade as he's slowly approaching. You can hear the crunch of the gravel under his slow, measured step. What would you like to do, Proxy?
You said there's a panel
Yes,
behind me.
in the alleyway, you've got like a neon light above you and neon lights down the side, and you've managed to pry open a panel with your one augmented arm.
Yeah.
With your strength on that hand, you've just pried it off. Fingers
Can
tangled into
I
wiring.
try to create a power surge behind this guy?
You
Just
can
to
certainly
distract him?
do. Yep, you managed to tangle your hands in the wiring and, thanks to a
Do
little
I need to
voice.
hack it? 'Cause I have hacking.
I will allow, and for this, I will actually allow it with advantage because you have a little voice whispering in your ear at the moment, kind of helping you find this because you're trying to get out of these situations. So I will allow your hacking with advantage.
I've got expertise anyway.
Yeah, expertise. Give you good chances.
16.
You manage to find the right wiring, and uh, you hear the hum, and you hear the hum of electricity as all of the light in between your plating start to light up as you push a surge of power through it. Do you have a specific attack that you can do to do this power surge and like blow the light out, or
I don't have an attack. I've just got the hacking tools. So
okay? Well, I will
I'm
get
yeah.
because you're. How much power do you want to put into this? Because you can like straight up overclock right now if you would like to, or
I'm just trying to create a distraction so I can
okay, so you don't put
run.
too much behind it, but so you surge the power through it, you feed a little bit of your own energy through it, and Feynman and Wicked, you hear this "Phoom," and there's smoke, the smell of burning neon, exposed wires as the ether crystals in the neons beside him just explode, shattering glass everywhere and just showering him now in um, un, um, unrefined ether crystals. And you can actually hear from where you are, Proxy, just the sizzle of the raw magic burning through his armor. But he is plunged into darkness in this area, which I can't do as a cool effect, but he is
That's
plunged
okay.
into darkness. So he actually has lowered vision right now because the lights behind you flicker and die, basically, because you've completely fried out the circuits in this area. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I don't want to get bagged by these guys, so I'm gonna make a run for it. So
Okay,
I'm
where
just
would you
gonna
like to run?
dash straight out here. I don't know how
Okay,
far I can make it. This is a small area, but
whatever your speed is, yep. So you race right out.
I can go 40 feet, so I can go here.
Okay,
So I'll just
which,
stumble out of that alleyway. Probably still covered in trash, to be honest.
okay, so are you guys, is that all you want to do?
That's all I can do, yeah.
Okay, so Feynman, Wicked, Sabata, Habaru, you see a young man, um, early 30s ish, run out of the
Maybe.
alleyway. Maybe you're not 100% sure. He's not old, but he's not like a teenager.
Biologically, yes.
Yeah, he's not. He's somewhere in the range of his 20s, 30s. You're not really 100% sure. Dark hair. He does have glowing orange eyes. He's got a very dirty red and blue jacket that does have a strange logo on the shoulder. Underneath is a black shirt. It appears to be like black um, sweatpants, um, and very rudimentary sneakers, just like a white sneaker, race out of the alleyway. He appears to be covered in trash, and um, there seems to be a slight fizzing to one of his arms. As you do see electrical charge just burst over his hand a little bit and then fade. But he seems panicked. Feynman, what would you like to do?
Point at him and be like, "You there, boy."
Yeah, goose. What day is this?
If he's yelling at me, I'll freeze
What
and
day is it?
look a
You
bit,
freeze. Okay.
like looking around,
freeze?
trying to locate. Well, I'm trying to locate who just fucking called me
Yelled
out.
at you.
But I look like I'm about to keep going, like straight across the road into
Okay,
traffic.
what are you going to do, Feynman? Because technically we are in initiative, so.
Unfortunately, I got 40 feet of movement, brother, so I don't think you're going anywhere.
I think you should have more.
Let's have a quick look. Yeah, you ain't fucking.
As a level 8 monk, I think you should have more.
I
Fuck, boy.
used character Mancer, and it didn't give me any extra. Movement
That's
speed
because
is.
That's because Character Mancer has been fucked ever since 2024 has been degraded.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move here.
Anyone know the monk what speed he's supposed to have?
It's an extra 10, isn't it?
He has plus 15 movement at this level.
That's
So I should have my
At
base speed
45.
plus 15.
so
Yes.
45.
Yes.
45.
Well, no,
Yeah,
base
my
speed
base
because
speed is 40.
yeah, his base speed is 40, so he
okay.
should actually have
I should have
55.
55. I'm not doing
Yeah.
that in the character sheet then.
Double
Alright.
nickels.
It's because he's a half dragon. That's why.
I'll just run over. I'll be like, "You there, boy? Did you see a man dressed all in white come this way?"
Question, just quickly, how tall are both of you? Just for reference here as well.
I think Feynman's an even 6.
I think I'm an even 6 too.
Damn,
So
we're the
you're
same
about
height.
the same height. And Feynman's got these big gold wings.
I'm
a tail.
yeah, winged.
I'm definitely a slimmer build.
Yes. He looks a little bit malnourished even.
Yeah.
Emaciated.
Emaciated.
I'm just panting and sort of looking
I gave you
wild-eyed
sneakers, but
at
I
you.
should have made you bare feet.
My eyes were glowing when I came out of the alleyway, but they fade now just to blue. I just look at you. What?
I'll just like, I don't know, I'm gonna ask. I asked if he saw a white cloaked man.
Okay, so because that happened and we're only in 6 seconds, Wicked, it's your turn.
Wicked sees this guy run out and she thinks, oh man, that poor homeless man must be in trouble. Hey, are you okay? Are you in trouble? Is something wrong?
Just Gridstalker's trying to bag me.
Okay, Sabata.
I run over and I spear tackle him.
Okay,
Ooh.
you end up on the ground with a fluffy black tabaxi gentleman spear tackling you to the ground, dressed like a pirate, wearing a red coat.
I got him.
I will need a grapple check because I'm assuming you don't want to go down.
I got a plus roll of 15. So you want to do a dex or a athletics?
Yeah. Forgive me if my sheet doesn't work, but we shall see. Acrobatics, you mean?
Acrobatics
Whatever
or
you-
athletics,
or
whatever
athletics,
you would
whatever you
like
want.
to.
I
If you want to go
cannot
strength or dex, it's up to you.
20.
Son of a bitch.
Well, not a natural
Sabata
20.
dives. Okay, so what happens is
I got it.
Sabata dives.
Missed.
Sabata dives at you, and he dodges sideways.
I
end up
just
in the
sort of,
trash.
like a Lightfoot boxer. I just jump back. You might have seen Feynman kind of jumping,
As
ducking, and dodging like that a
There
little
is
bit.
a clatter of bottles and the sound of breaking garbage. There is a waft of urine scent that comes out of this alleyway that is now all over Sabata.
As soon as he falls down, I will straight away try to start helping him up again. Just get on your feet. They're going to be here any second.
Okay. Meanwhile, while that's happening, up on the roof. Yes, up on the roof, she is going to.
How's the song go? The Schindler.
She's going to take 2 swings with her kunais at Arashi.
Fiddler on the roof.
Does a 19 hit? Because that'll tell me straight up.
No, 19 does not hit.
Does a 20 hit?
Schindler on the roof.
20 does meet.
Okay.
20 AC.
size give me a bonus in defense?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
So
He goes,
Arashi,
ah.
as
And
she
I feel sorry
hits
for him.
you, Arashi, and lands this, you can tell that she is easily just as experienced as you as she aims for the soft parts right in your, like, she knows where your unarmored places would likely be. As she digs the blade in, you're probably going to be able to tell me better where that's going to be on Arashi's armor, let's be honest. As she embeds it into you. As she does so, I need you to make me a dex. You take 6 piercing, but I need you to make me a dex save, please.
6 piercing. Alright, take the damage. Oops. Oh, that's wrong. And I need a dex save?
Yes, a dex save, please. As she embeds this into you. And she lets go.
18.
18, which you're lucky, because as she lets go, you hear her fumble on a button as you realize that these kunais are rigged to explode. As you do manage to knock it out of your flesh, and it skitters off of the rooftop, landing on the ground with a. As she then is going to disengage and race across the air. 10, 15, 20. Over. Actually, 20. And she's going to flip down onto the ground. Okay. You are all surprised as a black adorned armored woman deftly flips and lands on the pavement in front of you. Okay. Harbury.
I'm thinking a dangerous pastime. When Arashi and Swim were fighting on the roof, were we able to see them fighting?
You could hear the clang of metal. You couldn't see them.
Okay, so I will move across the street.
They may be stealthy, but their weapons unfortunately make up noise, so.
Hopru is the type to look both ways before he crosses the street. He will
You do so.
cross. Summon Greatsword.
Okay. Great sword in hand.
Yeah. No words. I'm just gonna hit her.
Okay.
I will pop. I gotta get used to monitor layout now. My fighting spirits, so I can attack with advantage. Hang on. Okay. So, greatsword.
16 does hit. So a 20 does as well. So you swing your sword up and hit her twice. Just boom, boom. Okay.
So
Nice.
23.
Nice. She staggers back slightly as you hit her, and you hear it slice into her very nice, fancy, very expensive combat suit. Habaru.
Okay.
This is you know armor. This is very high quality.
Is this
Yeah.
okay? Because I was just looking at the list for items a while ago. Is this like, would I recognize this as any of the armors that give resistance to like slashing or piercing?
No. It's just a fancy. Whoever's paying for this, like whoever these are, they have the money to pay for armor. That's more my point. It's
Okay.
expensive armor, well-trained
High quality.
staff. Yeah,
Okay.
just to give you an indication. That's more the point. Anything else you'd like to do, Habaru?
No, I will stand between who looks like to me a helpless guy and this attacker, and just kind of be at the ready.
Okay.
But that's
Be at the ready.
about it.
Okay, down the alleyway. He's going to come down to here. Down the Oh, sweet. He comes. You see another very tall, easily 8 feet tall man dressed in all black stalk around the corner, out of the corner of your eye, Habaru. Looks a bit like this gentleman. Hopefully, everybody was able to see that. Was able to. Yes, good. Stalk around the corner, and you can see in his hands he has 2 dual katana blades that are crackling with electricity. As he sees you step in front of the gentleman in the blue and red, you watch as he grinds his feet into the street dirt, Habaru, and he sprints towards you and drives down with his 2 katanas. But I'm guessing a 14 and a 15 don't hit as you manage to block him.
Correct.
Good.
Ching-ching. Yeah.
Okay. Now, that is his turn. So, Arashi, you are left on the roof all alone.
You are the fiddler on the roof now.
Well,
Or the
time
Arashi
to
on the roof.
time to fiddle, hey. Okay. Decisions. No, I ain't finished with that bitch. Scythe goes away. The bow comes out.
Okay.
Just she's with people, distracted, so I get my sneak attack and everything. Yada yada yada. Fun.
Don't shoot me.
And then let's shoot her. Make sure that's on. Oh, actually, before I do that, Hunter's Marker.
Okay. You Hunter's Marker.
You're mine.
I love that you're the top of the round because, Arashi, you pull out your bow, quickly string it, pull out an arrow, launch it at her. You watch as she dodges and vanishes the 15 feet across the road. Just to annoy you, Arashi. She uses her reaction to shadow dodge across the street, avoiding the attack.
Damn.
Okay.
Is there
Well,
anything else you'd like to do, Arashi?
Use the bonus, so I don't have that. She's just on the ground, isn't she?
Yep, she's just across the street.
So 15 to down. 30. 45, I can do that without even needing to sprint.
Okay.
She's not going anywhere.
You flip to the ground and race across the street between the cars, Arashi.
Oh yeah, I even forget about what bloody cars are.
You didn't check.
One does stop and beep at you, but you don't give a shit. You race right past it across the opposite side
I
of the
want a
road.
movie style as it hits the brakes to not hit me, jump and just slide across the bonnet and keep going.
Okay, you do so. Okay, anything else you'd like to do?
That's all I can do, unfortunately. I don't have a level 5 in anything yet, so I don't have more than one attack.
Okay, Proxy.
That's me.
They're after you. They've found you. But you are now surrounded by a strange assortment, someone who tried to tackle you, but the 3 other people that seem to, be defending you against these miscreants.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to whip out my plan B
Yep.
and try to stab him.
Okay.
See if this hits. Oh. Well, 25 to hit.
25 does hit. You drive
Um,
your blade into him.
But as it's embedded with him, I'm going to use my bonus action to use a charge of like a voltaic surge.
Yep.
Basically, he has to make a DC 15 con save.
Okay.
Or is stunned until the start of my next turn.
Okay. So the rest of you watch as he pulls out a blade and drives it up into this individual's ribs under the plates of his armor. You hear a as it charges up, but as he does so, and you hear it crackle over his skin, just the lightning discharging into him, you just hear him go as he looks down, and you can see that he just looks down at you, Proxy, and grabs your wrist
Still moving. All right.
and flings it
That's my
away.
turn. I fucking look scared.
Okay, Richard.
All right. Well, we're fighting this bitch.
Fine man,
Um,
fine man, fine man.
Let me try and remember how everything works about being Richard Feynman.
He's a farmer.
Starting with this.
I thought it was a farm hand.
He's a farmhand, he is.
Man,
I don't
yes.
have a farm, I just help. I can't radiant beam him because there's too many people in the way.
Oh,
I mean,
God,
you
you're actually right
can.
on the brink of,
Could.
of changing again too. Aren't you?
I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I'm just gonna light blade him, and then I'm gonna have to try
Okay.
and remember how key points work.
You
For
hear
21.
as you pull up your light blade, one of your light blades in one hand, and just what do you do, Feynman? He does hit. Do the damage.
Roll the damage. We do 8 plus 5.
Yeah.
And
Which I
then
believe is 13.
yeah, if I remember correctly, my light blade's my monk weapon, so I can roll
Cheers.
after
Well-
hitting an attack. I can do unarmed strikes for
Well,
flurry of
you
blows.
should have your
right?
extra attack. So you should have 2 attacks.
I do have 2 attacks. You're right. That is
You
how.
go
That is how. I'm gonna try and light blade him again.
And you are
as
correct.
you hear the 16 doesn't hit though.
Damn.
Actually, no, you do. You do. I apologize. You meet. Yes. So you manage to find the spot. You realize he's wearing an armored jacket, and you first hit. You slice across the top of his thigh. You can see that his leather pants open up as you immediately sear the flesh as it cuts. Just as you aim for a second one, as you do drive the blade into his side a little bit, and you do hear that sizzling as he goes as
and
you
then-
stab him, Feynman.
Let's do what? Flurry of blows, 2 unarmed strikes, right?
Yes.
10 and an 8. Neither of them hit.
No, 10 and
Just
because you pull your
it's
weapon
simply
away,
too crowded.
you sheathe, you put away the just you manage to pull your arms down, sheathe it as you bring your hands up to just attempt to hit, but he dodges, trying to recover as he does so. Feynman, anything else?
I can move through allies as if they're regular terrain, right?
That is correct.
Yes.
All right. Then I'm going to move diagonally from Andrew because I believe that gives him some sort of benefit, does it not? If he's surrounded.
It will give, yes.
Yeah.
It
All right, I'll
will.
do that.
Okay, and that's it.
That is me.
Okay, wicked.
Okay. And she's going to reach her hands out as a fungal infection will begin to try and take over their oculars. As I'm going to
Yep.
cast a 3rd level blindness deafness on the 2 of them.
Okay,
We're both going to make con saves. We'll be blinded.
con save. Okay, that's a 10. So he is currently. You hear his breathing hitch as he can't hear or see. You do notice that he doesn't seem to panic.
He can hear. He just can't see.
Yeah,
I
you can
choose
hear
one or
his
the other.
breath hitch, but he doesn't seem to be panicking. If anything, you hear his breath hitch and then slow down as he seems to be intently listening. Wicked. tilts his head slightly to be able to discern footsteps and whatnot in the busy street. Anything else, Wicked?
Did the other one roll?
On both of them? Okay. She needs to roll
Yeah.
as well.
Yes, I can. So I can hit both of them.
Oh, she is also blinded. But you can't tell from this distance if it has any effect. So
Wicked follows the follows the I don't remember what they called it, but the 3-step program of strike, scream, then run away. So she's gonna strike with the blindness deafness, scream in his ear, then run away.
run away. Are you grabbing Proxy or are you going to just run yourself?
She's gonna step away.
Okay.
She doesn't know this man.
Your step does
he
not
will-
include grabbing a second
he will-
person.
He will still get an attack of opportunity at disadvantage as you do step away. But it is at disadvantage, and I'm guessing a 15 doesn't hit.
Nope, that is a miss.
No. Okay, Sabata.
Seeing that he's made possibly a mistake and
Well-
seen Arashi run across the road, so
And
he will.
the man in front of you with a weapon with electricity just... And
Can-
Feynman pull out a blade that goes and light and stuff.
I've got one of those. He'll roll
Might
onto
as
his feet.
Yep.
Fire his revolver.
Okay.
Said fire his revolver. Does a 19 hit her?
Oh, you're aiming at her?
Yep.
Okay. A 19 does indeed hit her.
So 12 piercing on her.
Yep.
Okay, and then he's going to run in behind her over here and slash at her with he's going to do his action surge.
Yep.
And slash her with his sword.
Oh,
Okay.
you have advantage because they're blinded, maybe.
They are blinded, yes. You do have advantage on.
Oops. I'll do that again.
Okay. Yep. 12 misses, unfortunately. Wait. A 25 doesn't, though. So with advantage, you definitely hit.
Yes. So I'm using thunder against her.
Okay.
So I go big boom. So 8
There is
damage.
you swing this blade that seems to glow from within with like a fire. As you swing it and you hit into her, you hear the crack of her armor as it drives in, followed by a boom as you hear it, just that cracking of as it splits further. Sabata. Anything else?
Go to this side, Arashi. And that's it.
Okay. Well, it is her turn. And with that, she is going to...
Be blind.
be blind. However, with disadvantage, she is going to attempt to throw something in your direction. Let's see. She kind of throws it in a vague direction because she vaguely knows where you guys are. So she is throwing it in this direction here. So I need... yeah, all of you in that area. Not Arashi and Sabata, but Feynman, Habaru, Proxy, and Wicked. I need you all to roll me a con save, please.
Ooh, is this against poison?
No.
God damn it. It's a 9.
Dang.
Nat 20.
18.
Proxy, you know what is about to come. And Wicked, you've been to enough protests to know what this is. So you and Proxy both managed to, hands over your ears, cover your eyes, as Habaru, you're staring straight at it, my dude. And Feynman, you also don't know what this is, as there is a loud boom and a bright ass flash, as you are both blinded and deafened by the flashbang that has gone off until the end of your next turn. So, sorry about that. You are not blinded and deaf and wicked because your blindness and deafness is at a concentration spell.
It is not.
Okay, so
But I
that's
do get
fine.
to save at the end of the turn.
Is our other friend not affected by it?
I'm about to find out if he is. So, please don't be. But you're
Please
already an
be
idiot.
flush
No, he's
then.
not, thankfully. But he's already blind, so it's a non-issue.
He didn't get blinded because he was already blind.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Can't
he
you be
did.
double blind?
He did hear
Yeah,
the
you can be
clatter
double
though,
blind.
and covered his ears in time. So he is actually he's still blinded, but he can't hear shit. Now, does she have to make another save at the end of her turn?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and it's a con save, isn't it? Yes. That is an 18.
That is a pass.
Okay, so she is no longer blinded and deafened, but that is also the end of her turn, so she's not going to get her bonus. Habru
So I'm blind.
and deaf
But
until
the
the
other guy's
end of your
also
turn.
blind.
Yes, he's
So
not
would that
deaf
just be a
though.
normal attack?
I mean, your attack is with disadvantage because you can't
Yeah,
see or
but
hear him.
He would get
No.
advantage against him because he's blind. So it should just be a regular attack.
Cancels
then.
out.
Cancels
Cancels
itself
out.
out.
I don't think that's how that one works.
That's exactly how that works.
Yeah.
But you get advantage and disadvantage, and if you get
They
both,
both got
regular.
disadvantage, so it cancels each other out.
Okay, I'll allow it.
I
Sure,
mean,
go for it.
fundamentally, logically, it shouldn't. But technically,
so-
Andrew should have
so-
double advantage, shouldn't he?
I was gonna say,
Because
if
I'm
I
on the
give
other side
myself
of his flank.
advantage right now because we're already canceling out the disadvantage, but I still be attacking with advantage.
But what do
It's
you get
fighting
because he's
spirit.
flanked? So you get something for that?
Well, you're blind, so that makes sense to me. I'm cool with that not happening.
I'll be
but I'm
flanked
thinking,
if I'm blind.
yeah.
Okay, well, what
but-
are you doing, Habaru? I'm saying you can roll.
He's
I'm
gonna
saying you can
spend
roll
his,
at.
He's asking if he spends his inspo now, can he get actual advantage?
Yeah, if we're saying that it's canceled out, so I'm attacking at normal right now. Can I use my fighting spirit to get advantage?
That's not how that works. You just get a chance to roll again.
Right.
Okay,
I
so you
wanna
can
roll with advantage,
roll, and then
though.
if you fail, you roll again.
Yeah. Yeah, if you roll and you fail, you can use your
Well, then-
advantage to roll again.
So yes or
Just
no?
make two rolls. Just roll once, and if it fails, roll again. It's fine. Hop to it.
It's a 16. You hit anyway.
Okay.
Got
11. Damn it! Wait, no, fuck. I should have fucking popped my thing. Okay.
Well, you carried.
No, I will use my bonus action to do my
Power of the moon.
Yes.
Okay.
He can't see me, so he can't be terrified of me.
Okay.
I'm-
So as you do so, you call to the spirit of Shayloon, asking for the moon dragon to bless you as a giant pair of black, star-speckled, amorphous dragon wings sprout from your back. He can't see you.
No.
So,
and it's only 10 feet, so
however, other creatures within 10 feet of you, Feynman can't see, but Proxy can. Proxy, you need to roll me a charisma save, please,
I always
to
thought
not
it
be
was,
terrified of this man. Nope, it's
I was-
creatures
was
that can
the-
see you. Nope,
Ooh,
it just
you
says
know,
creatures that
you in
can
it.
see you.
Yeah, that's an 8. So
I mean,
Uh,
reasonably enough, that would spook me too if a dude suddenly just grew spectral dragon wings made of stars.
yep,
Like, oh shit!
you're frightened of him
Yeah.
until the end of Habaru's next turn, basically.
all I see is like Habaru is just flailing blindly there, but then starts growing this shit out of him.
That's
And I'm
why
like,
you get scared. Just oh god, there's a blind guy just
So-
swinging his sword.
But this man who also he has this armor that has had these glowing, like pale glowing suns on it. You watch as it also darkens and shadows as he gains this kind of like black shadow that seems to overtake him. as well, and
So
the
I'm
tips of his hands start to turn black, and he sprouts his wings.
basically surrounded by a Cyberninja and an Eldritch Horror. Thank you.
Pretty much.
Action surge?
Essentially. Well, I'm not
What was
done
that? What was that, Dusty?
Did you action surge?
Well, hang on, pump the brakes here. I'm gonna take my second attack now.
Well, because this ability is an action to activate.
It's a bonus action.
It says action.
No, it's a bonus action. It's just mistyped.
This one is a bonus action. It is a thing that
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, too. was all I had.
26. One off.
26, you still hit.
So 18 now with the necrotic
Yep.
damage.
Yep.
Is he dead?
No,
Do I hear a body hit the floor?
you do
I
not.
waited to hear that because I'm both blind and deafened. Because I'm blind and deafened, I assume he's still alive. Action surge.
Well,
I
no,
keep hitting
as
him.
As it hits the end of your turn, luckily
Nothing
your
my
vision. Okay, then you're still
I'm-
blinded and deafened. You don't hear, you don't feel body hit the floor. You don't know shit, man. You assume you're scary as fuck right now.
Yeah. 15.
yeah,
I
I
think
feel
15 hits,
so
right?
15 misses though, as he is able to hear your blade swing through the air. But he dodges in the wrong direction because he can't see shit as you hit him for a second attack. For 15.
Okay, is this one also mistech? Because it says once on each of your turns, you do the extra damage.
That I think is also a mistype.
Because that's
I typed this up myself. That's why it doesn't look that great. I don't know how to type this stuff.
I think you only get the extra damage on the first attack.
yeah, once on each of your turns.
Yeah.
No, I thought
that-
we were going with it was on every attack.
That'd be really fucking strong.
That's really kind of broken, my dude, at level 8.
I don't know, dude. I showed it to you, and you were like, "Yeah, it seems fine to me."
Well, because she read it.
Well, she also did have to go back and make some corrections. If it's only like once per attack, that's fine. I just don't know what's up. So
I think it'd be fine if we level it up later that you get the extra damage on extra attacks, but
okay,
at the moment,
we'll work
yeah.
up it later. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So just 8 then.
Okay. Cool. Okay, anything else, Habaru? As you want.
No. Is he dead? Did I
No,
get
he's
him?
not. As you say that, you hear with the ringing as the sound comes back into your sphere of reference. The street, you hear the wah, 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 and the sound of cars that starts to come back into clarity as you blink and your vision comes back into viewpoint. He is going to attempt to swing at you.
We have to dodge cars now because the drivers have been blinded.
Look, I'm not going to pull that mechanic into it just for this. It's no. A 10 is not going to hit you, Habaru, but I'm sure as shit 26 is.
Well, actually, yes.
Yes. So you take okay, it's only 1 slash. Oh, he is using 2, but he only hits you with 1. So you take 8 points of slashing damage as he does hit you. So I just need to roll this. As you hear as Habaru, you feel a shock as you take 5 points of lightning damage as he forces electricity through it into you as he hits you.
Ouchies. That's rude.
Okay. Arashi, it's your turn.
Oh, he gets a new save.
Oh, he does get a save as well. Please save. Stop being useless. That's an 18.
Damn, yeah, that's fast.
He's no longer blinded. Thank God. Okay,
Alright.
Arashi.
All right. The sword comes out now.
Yep.
I don't know if
He whips his sword out.
he whips the sword out. The sound of the Velcro opening up as he whips it out.
Oh yeah, brother.
His Velcro pants.
It's Velcro. Now I don't know how powerful they are, but obviously you'll let us know if we get close to killing them because I
Yep.
want to say something before the end
Of course.
if we get
Full
there.
one-liner.
Yep. I'll
If
let
we
you
get-
know.
Thank you. That's all. All right. So let's go for. We're going to be using my monk weapon, my sword. So my ninjato. Let's go for a. Let's see. Got that. I screwed up and should have done my dread ambusher on the first attack, but I forgot to put it all in, so that's my fault. I missed out on some extra damage and stuff. Swing. Oh, that's not even close.
Nope. You miss as she ducks backward, leaning into Sabata.
Let's blow a key point, shall we? And go from a flurry of blows. As I was letting.
Shit, that was a good roll too.
Yeah, I know. As I was letting Kev know in the background, because if you do the monk focus weapon, so he could use his lightsaber if that was his focus.
Yes, that is true.
So as you know, my Nijato is my one. I wish I could do the bow, but I'm not allowed to.
How would you flurry your blows with your bow?
You just fucking
Just
punch with the bow.
Just hold
What do
it
you
in.
mean?
Just pop, 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 pop.
Legolas.
Maybe
Goes
just
Legolas.
like put the top around their head, pull the
Well,
string,
no, it's not
let it snap.
you gotta pull the bow. You
Yeah,
gotta draw.
that's the
You gotta
best way.
draw. It's like a punch. You pull back and then you let go. Pull back and let
Yeah.
go.
I think it should work. I think
I think it's
logically,
good.
that's
Especially
the go.
Especially since
It's like
it's
the
one that-
Simpsons bit. You've never seen a picture before in your life. Holds up a
That
empty
wouldn't
frame.
damage the bow at all. No.
Yeah. So
It's
25,
good for the bow, in fact.
25 and 18.
A 25 and an 18 both hit. Although you take the first swing and she's going to be an annoying bitch as your blade passes through her as she teleports and onto the top of this light post, Arashi. So your second attack doesn't hit because she's not in range.
Well, obviously you wouldn't do the second attack if they weren't there. So the first swing misses,
First
And I
swing
have-
misses as she teleports as part
and
of
I
her
have
shadow dodge.
certainly as much movement as she does. So I will take my second attack. Obviously, there's not enough room on the light post up there for two, is there?
I would say you can both manage it. Just.
Well, if you don't think so, I will change my
No.
attack to the light post and cut her down.
I mean, you can do that if you'd like to.
Are you
I
gonna
think you
do
should do
enough
that to set an
damage?
example. Don't go to stupid places. I thought you were an assassin.
This is exactly somewhere that Arashi would perch, though. Come on.
Oh yeah.
You would
So,
perch
I
them,
mean,
perhaps not in combat.
literally, if you're saying there's enough room, I'm definitely up there for my 18.
Okay, you can do so. So you take the second swing, you do hit her for the 18. I will allow that.
Which is nowhere near as impressive, but yeah. Still a 10.
Okay, you do hit her and you hear her hiss in pain, Arashi, as she pulls out a short dagger and she has a kunai in the other hand. Proxy.
These guys have been stalking me for a while, but I haven't had a good eye on them as yet.
No.
How much? Like, does this guy have like heaps of implants?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to attack him, but does this scary chap? He's still scaring me, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, you're afraid of him until the end of his next turn.
Okay.
He's
So I'm
going
gonna
to scream, "Is he dead yet? Dad,
I'm
get
gonna
up!"
step away from him. He's a bit freaky, and because this other guy was kind of friendly, right, to me, the blind one over here.
Yeah, I called you boy. How
He
much
did call you
friendly
boy.
could I be?
Is that
Boy.
good or bad? I don't know. Like, I'm not a country educated man.
Technically, the
Right.
frightened condition, you don't actually have to move away from him. You just can't move any closer to him.
Yeah, but I'm moving away from him because I'm scared. So
Okay, that's what you want to do. Okay,
know-
as
I
long
know
as you
that.
know. Cool.
I don't want to stand next to him. He's freaky. Right? Like,
Yeah,
It's
I'm
okay.
gonna
Most
choose
people
to
have that
interpret
feeling with when it comes to
as-
Habaru.
They want to move away from the assassin, not from me.
I'll just say to
That's
this.
what Habaru's convincing himself.
Yep.
Anyway,
I'll say to this
what would
guy-
you like to do, Proxy?
Um, if you can hold him down, I can try to deactivate him, but I can't hold him down. So I'm just going to attack. So I'm just going to try again to stabby.
Stabby, stabby. Your
Yeah.
23 definitely hits as you get in under his armored jacket again, and you get in between his implants that he seems to have into some of his still fleshy bits as you dig
Yeah.
your blade in. So he's
I'm
gonna
trying to send another surge in to potentially, again,
Okay.
DC 15 con save, but potentially stun him, maybe?
Unfortunately, you do throw more electricity into it. You watch Feynman as this
I don't.
gentleman's implants. Oh, you don't? No, Wicked sees it though, so yay for Wicked.
You see.
Oh no, Wicked's not blinded anymore. It's the end of. She's had the end of her turn. So
Wicked
you're
didn't
not.
get blinded, yeah.
She wasn't blinded. It's only
I'm blinded until the end of my turn, and
Oh,
I
so
had
not till
my
the end of
turn
next
in
turn.
that turn order.
Yeah.
So I'm
Amber
blinded
is not blind though.
still.
Okay. So, you watch though, for those who can see, watch as this man's arms light up with this orange glowing light, and he forces it through his blade again. But again, you hear this gentleman grunt in pain
Just shrugging it
as
off.
as he does manage to shrug it off. Unfortunately, is there anything else you'd like to do, Proxy?
Don't think there's anything else I can do, so that is it.
Okay, Feynman, you're
All right.
blind.
I'm blind. He's not blind, but he is flanked. Where does that leave
is
us?
indeed. You have advantage on your attack. It's a normal attack because
It's a normal
you don't have
attack.
advantage because you're blinded. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I got regular, and I've learnt as of last turn that my light blade is in fact a monk weapon, so I can do my flurry of blows with it.
yes,
Hell yeah.
you can.
Get his
So
ass.
13, that misses.
That
I get
does
an
indeed
extra
miss.
attack.
Actually, you get to
that
roll twice. Well, it doesn't really matter because you're going to roll lower. But you should roll twice
What do I roll twice?
because you take the
I-
lower number on. Oh no, you've got standard. That's fine. I'm an
I've got
idiot.
standard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I've
right,
got
you
Yeah, no.
standard.
16 hits.
16 hits. We'll do the damage. 9 and 4.
Nice. That's a 13.
I'm gonna flurry of blows.
Yep.
Let me just update my key points so I'm not a scab. 2 light blades, 17. 1 hits, another misses. I'm
17
pretty
hits.
blind, so
You are indeed pretty
I'm just
blind.
like straight in front of me, chopping and changing, trying to get things.
You are slicing away. You can hear his armor just clattering away as you are cutting it off of him, exposing the flesh. You're smelling the sear of burning leather, burning flesh, burning electrical cabling, um, the singed smell of hair as you're just slicing pieces off of him. He looks pretty bad. You can just see the sweat sheen on his exposed flesh as your blade cauterizes as it cuts. You can see underneath his muscles and tendons shaking as his pain sensors are overloaded with what you're doing to him. He's looking
Hell
pretty
yeah.
rough.
That is the end of my turn. I don't have any bonus action, boys.
Okay.
Extra attack, you use your bonus action, or do I just get another one?
No, extra attack is just a part of your attack action.
Okay,
Yep.
excellent.
Um,
No longer my turn.
You
so
are no longer blinded. However, Wicked, it is your turn.
Andrew, take
seeing
away the
as
hand grenade symbol.
he's looking pretty rough.
He's looking pretty rough, yes.
All right. I'm going to cast a sleep.
Sleep. 23. Oh, you
23
watch.
resistance.
You watch as you cast your spell over him, Wicked, reaching out with your spores. You watch as your spores coat his head and shoulders as the filtration of his mask breathes it in. And there's a moment between breaths where it just seems to get silent. And then you just watch as he slumps to a heap on the ground.
Ooh, got one.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Wicked?
she's gonna look at the assassin. She's gonna say, "Yep, I killed him," because she has a feeling that if she thinks he's alive, then she will come and kill him to prevent questioning. So she's gonna
Okay.
try and bluff that he's dead.
Okay. So
Hopefully her-
roll me a deception.
Right?
Are you
I
a
mean, the
good
guy's
guy?
slumped over. I mean, that looks pretty good to me.
8.
I mean,
So
Isn't that
convincing.
polite?
She saw
You
the
know-
whole thing.
yep. There's a slight hitch to your voice, a little like, yep, he's dead. Okay, Savannah. You hear
She looks
Wicked
at the-
call, he's dead, but you're like,
she
you've
looks at
seen
Wicked's
someone
eyes.
look deader.
That killer.
She's not. You've
She
seen
looks at
deader.
Wicked's eyes. That lady's not a killer. She thinks.
I was gonna stop running away, and he's gonna shoot her again.
Okay, you gotta shoot her. Got it. 30 definitely hits.
God.
30 definitely hits.
And then I'll
For-
run down beside her.
Yep. Well, you're underneath, so you're looking up at her.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You know, I do appreciate this is the reverse situation of it's not a cat stuck up in a tree or a pole. It's the cat on the ground screaming up at the person. I do
Is there anything
appreciate
else
the
you'd like to
outer
do,
twist.
Sabata?
Actually, I'm going to climb that pole just underneath her.
Okay, so you're going to climb up. Well, technically, Arashi's between you and her, but so you're going to scale the pole. Okay.
Yep.
All 3 of you on this light post.
Okay. So it is her turn. Arashi, she's going to turn at you and she's going to take a swing with the poison blade. And she's also going to throw a kunai at Sabata. First of all, does a 25 hit you, Arashi?
Yes.
Okay, so you take 5 points of piercing, and I need a con save, please. And from you, Sabata, because I'm assuming a 24 hits you,
Definitely.
you take 7 piercing, and I need a dex saving throw, please.
How much damage?
7 piercing, and I need a dex save.
And a dex. I have good dex, which means that's not good. Oh, that's good.
That is good. You manage to, you feel it as it pierces through your jacket, creates a hole. You feel it pierce through your fur and create that, ow, that hurts, 7 piercing, but you grab it and throw it away. As you throw it away, it explodes in the street. Arashi, however, you do take an additional 16 poison as the blade she has slashed you with is coated in a poison.
It sucks downgrading a character because I know I have something that cancels poison. It must be in a later level.
Okay. And then she is going to use her other ability to disengage. And she's going to run and scale up here. Okay. Habaru.
Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna fly over to here with my wings. And
Okay.
with my 15 foot of reach, I would like to bop her.
Okay. So you're going to reach up and just swipe at her feet?
Sure?
Well, you're on the ground. She's up on a building.
No, I'm flying. Because I
Yes,
flight.
you can fly, but you don't have a hover speed, do you? They're very different mechanics. Flying,
are
you
they?
need to land.
Oh.
Yeah. That's how that works, unfortunately.
Also, I don't think you have enough movement anyway.
Oh, god damn it. How high is the building up?
About 12, 15 feet. So you'd just swipe at her feet
So-
if you do hit her.
So if I'm on the ground, can I just hit her?
You can
Oh,
reach
that's
up and
right,
try it.
You got
Yeah.
a bunch of reach.
Tegan, don't
you've
deal me with. Just give me a yes or no.
Yes, is what I've been
Okay,
saying.
thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I will walk over here then. Pop fighting spirit.
Your toes. Hand them over.
Yep. Your toes, hand him over. Got it.
The grippers, they're mine.
Don't call them that.
23.
23 definitely hits as you smack her in the ankles. for what is 15. Yep.
Yep. And then I will hit her again.
26 hits.
God damn, I've gotten like 3 19s this entire 11.
Okay. Okay. You can tell that you have slashed through her leather boots and her leather pants. You can tell that there is blood dripping over the edge of the building. She's looking pretty bloodied, like she's panting hard against all of what you've been doing to her, and she is looking pretty rough. Anything else, Hubro?
No.
Nope. Okay.
No, God damn it! If I was. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go
wait.
on.
Oh, yeah, no.
The fixer is asleep.
Yeah, no.
So, Arashi, your turn.
I clicked on the wrong thing there and broke everything for a second. I'm literally
Like that.
I'm going to run and chase her as per normal, but as I leap off the top of this light hole, I'll go down to I'll sort of say down to Sabata, going, he's totally not dead.
No, it's
And
in love.
with everything, I still don't even need to dash in. I can still catch her.
Yep.
God damn.
Yep.
I'm not. Feynman's 5 feet faster than I am, and because Feynman's what?
Flying feet as well.
You're 55, aren't you? I'm only 50.
Yeah, but I can. Well, you can use key points to dash, right? As well.
Yeah, I
Your
can
Yeah.
do that too. Yeah.
Okay, either way, you've caught her. She's on
Yep.
the roof. She's bleeding profusely from severed ankle tendons.
Oh, good. So she shouldn't be able to run.
Teleport.
I don't get a sneak attack, so I'll make sure I turn that off. She's still hunter's marked. Still humanoid.
This bitch could have teleported from Haburu's attacks, but specifically waited for Arashi's attacks.
No, she couldn't because she'd already used it on
Yeah.
Arashi is the start of the round,
Yeah.
so she couldn't.
Well, yeah, she got it back on her turn.
No, she doesn't get it back. She's after Arashi.
Oh,
She only gets a reaction back at the start of a round.
I thought she just had a turn. My bad.
Nope. She gets it. It's a reaction, so she only gets it once per round. Thank you.
So 20
20 definitely hits her.
for 12.
Yep. You can see as you take a slice, you can see as you're nice and close to her, Arashi, you can see through the shadowing of her visor as you see a pair of dark eyes, similar to your own, but they have these black vein markings all around her eyes as she looks at you, and you hear the "Ugh," and she's breathing hard as she tries to grab at your weapon to stop you from taking a second swing. She's pretty close.
Oh,
She's you can tell that there is no weakness in those eyes. It is just
well,
challenge of do it.
I will have the moment, but I don't want to try and say this like one-liner type thing and then screw all my rolls. So I'm going to do my rolls first, just in case.
The mark of
Foresight,
an
Coward.
I never would have
Say
had.
the line
no,
first.
No, no.
No,
you
come on.
coward,
I
and
think
don't
you should
look
have to
stupid.
say it and then.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to save it and then
You
roll
should
to
have
see if
to-
it
you have to
because
Hey,
say-
that's
your side,
meta.
man.
You don't know you're gonna miss.
I reckon you should.
You should.
All right. For first off, then it'll be I need, as a moment of honor, name your clan.
She just glares at you.
Or die an honorless Ronin.
You hit easy. And as you do, you
He gets a crit.
slash Yeah, slash. Basically, you manage to pull your blade away from her hand, swing, and just drive it down. Your blades being as sharp as they are, Arashi, you just slice cleanly through the top of her neck, right through the upper half of her body, slicing her in half with your strength
Like,
as she just,
I think
yep. And her upper half of her torso falls and off the roof and rolls on the ground as the rest of her corpse falls to its knees and bleeds out on the roof. And with that, you are out of initiative.
I'm stupid. What did he get advantage from?
I believe it's from. Is it from Hunter's Mark? You get it?
No,
Where did you get advantage then?
probably because I didn't turn it off.
So did neither of those attacks hit then?
No, neither did. So,
I did.
Oh my god.
you know what though? We're
It's
here.
still at
It's
his deck.
fine.
Fine. Just recall
It's fine.
Not a single one.
I will remember this for future that I gave you this moment though.
Yes, you did.
I mean,
Okay, so with that, you're out of initiative. There is an unconscious, sleeping man on the floor,
He has a
and
dagger
a
too.
strange man in a jacket.
I've slid my dagger into his neck.
You're killing him outright.
Yep. I don't even need you to roll it. He didn't have enough hit points at the end, so yeah, you just because he's unconscious, just bam.
Just
You
nice
get
and
it straight.
slowly.
You get it straight into the carotid, and he bleeds out quickly. He judders a couple of times as the blood pumps around your hand, coating your hand, proxy, as he expires at your feet.
I'll
Wicked's
go
walking
over
like-
to the top half and take the hood off.
All right, let's
Okay.
figure out what this guy's.
Get the
what-
face.
Oh,
I'm gonna loot this bitch.
whoa!
I'm gonna find out what this guy. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Slow down. Hang on, there's like 3 things going on at once.
Okay, so on one hand, Sabata walks over to the upper half of the body and takes the hood off. It is a woman. That much you could tell, Sabata, but she does have a number of metallic augmentations to her eyes, her jawline. You can see that there are various little electrical nodes all through her hair coming down to her forehead. And around her neck, she does have a essentially what is a black dog tag, which has a red, so it's black with a red K, an I, and underneath in White Writing Industries on it. And on the back is an employee number.
I think the name was Key. That's
Roll
what
me a
the-
perception, Sabata. Well, actually, no, you're not close enough, so leave it at that. Over there,
I like that the name's
Wick-
Key Industries.
Wicked has walked up. Let's have a look at this. Oh, whoa, whoa. As you've seen this gentleman dispatch your sleeping foe.
I don't know if gentleman's the right term now.
Homeless gentleman. Did you fucking just walk right up to me? I fucking take a step back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he's still got the wings going for a second. Just kind of goes, oh,
Whoa, whoa! Wicked also.
Yeah,
slices back.
I
You're not
appear
scared of me.
I
Yeah,
appear
but-
momentarily intimidating after I'm pulling this dagger out of this guy's neck and I stand up. But then like over my left shoulder there's this figure. And I just stumble
Just
over the
lean over your
body,
shoulder.
basically. Stumble over the body to the other side.
Did you need to slit his throat, or is that just a personal thing?
Payback.
Valid, I guess. I'd like to ask him a question or two, but I guess no point in that now.
No need, they're
Legit.
data husks. They're just pawns.
Oh.
I'll see about that. Then I'll go through his pockets.
He doesn't have anything in his pockets.
He's got nothing.
He's got nothing in his pockets, but he too is wearing a dog tag with the KI Industries and the employee number on the back.
Are there
Interestingly enough,
many?
This
the
guy has
logo
parts then.
the logo on the dog tag is the same as the logo on the patch on this gentleman's jacket.
Is he a machine or is he man?
The dead guy?
Yeah.
Both.
I want to get Sabata. I'm like, Sabata, can you come take this apart?
Wait, wait, wait,
I
wait,
gotta
wait.
take
This
this one
this is
apart yet.
he is a human that has been augmented. He is technically a Nethragar human known as a Makir.
Fire,
Why? Wait. What have you got? You're gonna spore beast him?
Well, no, not like that. That's temporary. I just and hold on. I'm level 8. That means okay. I gotta pick out a thing. Can't make that yet. You know what? He's got all this shit on. I'll just make him into another drowned blade.
Okay.
Are there witnesses around us right now? Like,
Well, there are a few people who are like freaking the fuck out as what's going on, but they seem to be giving you a bit of a clear berth because see no evil, speak no evil. This is not my business. That's how rough this area is. Of nope, no, thank you.
Let's take this off the sidewalk.
Yeah, I will drop my wings and grab the guy by the arm and drag him down the alley. Let's talk for a minute.
Like, grab
He
the dead
grabs you.
body or the.
No,
Proxy,
the,
Proxy he grabs
our
you by the arm
strange
and starts
man.
dragging you into the alleyway.
You will
I'll take-
notice solid metal hands.
I'll take the body with us.
yeah, I'll go with them.
All right,
That's
you
fine.
made him into a guy, right? Does that take some time?
Yeah, he's a drowned guy. No, he.
Well,
You watch
not
as he
yet.
puffs up
She's not
and
gonna
just
do that.
stands.
She's not gonna do that on the. She's not gonna do that on the street.
Okay, so Feynman,
I'll,
roll me an
I'll
athletics.
drag him over for you. Athletics.
Yeah, roll me an athletics to drag him down to the alleyway.
You want me to bring mine as well?
9. Wicked. Can you...
No, you don't. You pick him up, Feynman. God, he's kind of heavy. The augmentations make him heavier than a normal human. So
As I'm
he's
going,
also 8 feet tall.
as I'm going through my body, I look up and see Harborough grab the arm and do the arm drag thing, and I'm going, the murder consent talk.
If they can't, can they not drag the body? Am I seeing some weak?
You're watching.
I've asked Wicked to help, but we've haven't
Okay,
gotten
so
there yet. So I want to roll again.
Wicked, are you actually helping?
2 people
Yeah,
should
we're
be
gonna
able to
try
do
to
it.
help.
Okay. You do manage to pick him up. His ass is dragging along the ground, but you do, between the two of you, get his feet in his arms and kind of drag him into this alleyway a bit.
My guts is coming out of my one.
Yeah.
one's
And
full of
Sabata's just
guts.
carrying a feminine upper half.
You only have the top half. The rest of it's up here.
Well, you bring it down then. I've got this bit. It's got the interesting bits in it.
No, this end has the interesting bits. Oh, wait a minute. Did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did.
As
I meant
the
what
body, as the body of this one comes in, who dragged me? Sorry, someone dragged me.
Habaru.
I did. Oh, the
Scary man.
freaking scary one. Jesus.
Yeah.
Friggin'
well,
scary
that-
one, but you're taller than he is. I think just.
I'll pay attention to Habaru,
Uh,
but
Harbor's like tall as shit, isn't he?
How tall is Habaru?
Let me double check what I put down. I don't think it was that tall, but
Habaru, Andrew makes short kings.
yeah. It was like
5'1".
I think it was.
What was it,
5'11".
Andrew?
Like I think it was just like 6'2" or something. Like
Oh, so you actually are actually taller than him. I forgive me.
I'm not intimidated by the height. I'm intimidated by the fucking black
The wings
goo
and the metal
wings
hand and
yeah. The wings are gone. The hands are back to normal. They're still completely made of like metal.
metal.
And
Oh,
not like
my brother in arms, literally.
Well, no, actually, because these look very much like just regular fleshy arms. Just
So does
Yeah.
his. Apart from
Yeah.
in his arms, his arms also look fleshy, but you can see that they're like
some
different
parts of it.
plates. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see plates definitely, but it is skin
Okay.
colored.
Motherfuckers
Not
got
as
gorilla
It looks-
arms.
fleshy,
it looks-
it's definitely harder.
For
but-
everyone out of character, it looks cybernetic, but it's got like a
Yes.
flesh coating over the top kind of thing.
yeah,
like,
yours is probably more passable by the looks of it.
like Will
No,
Smith from My Robot.
Kind of.
like it's literally just a organic arm,
Yeah,
like fleshy and everything, but it's just coated in steel.
oh, it's coated in steel. Oh, very interesting. I'll need to look at those later. I am
And
still
he
scared of
buffs
you.
it to like a mirror shine.
I like this.
Just
Oh,
makes his arm
interesting.
into
I'll need to look
Paulo
at those later,
shiner.
but I am still scared of you.
I'm focused on Habaru, but out of my back, you'll see a mechanical arm start protruding out of my back, but there's like surgical tools on the end of it, and it's going to start picking at this body
Alright.
and
Wicked is also
scavenging some
picking at the
parts.
body.
Yeah, there's a hole cut through the back of his jacket so it can protrude from his back.
You do also see Wicked is picking at the body.
Bardo had started to pull out his tinking tools to start pulling out the one he's got. And he looks across and goes, "Oh,
Oh god.
I had to get one of those. They look cool."
Sorry, what was Wicked doing to the body?
You see that she has pulled out what looks like she has a broom in one hand and a wooden shield in the other. She puts the broom on her back, pulls out of nowhere just like a little mushroom, and she just sort of starts shaking it over, and then she just sort of like squishes it against the body. And over the course of the minute of the spell, as the body rises back up as an undead.
Oh, it's freaking alive?
It pulls itself to its feet. It's not. I don't think it has like a consciousness, does it? It just
No,
it's
it
just
has
standing
some.
there like a zombie. Yeah.
I'm not interrupting your spell if I'm picking out the body, am I?
No.
Obviously, don't take off its legs or arms. I guess
Yeah.
not.
Don't take it away anything integral,
No,
but you could pick it
I'm
completely clean. It would be
taking
fine.
I'm taking like it will have like a hex drive and it'll have like a neural implant
He takes
that
the
I'll
metal
be
bits out of it,
scavenging.
basically. Wicked leaving you with all the fleshy bits.
Yeah, it
Uh,
doesn't really need the brain parts.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not taking all the limbs and stuff, no.
Yeah.
Just the bits that perhaps could be implanted elsewhere.
Yes.
You do
Alright.
notice that I don't know how in depth like your surgical investigation goes, but you'd notice that basically the mushrooms that are being implanted are like growing inside and like filling in any sort of muscle fibers that are missing. And the mycelium is like taking over the nervous system and digging in, and the parts where it reaches into metal, it basically just sort of leads into the wiring as well and just starts animating it manually.
Holy crap.
So it pops out all the metal bits, basically.
Can I make a medicine check to see if I understand this as I'm doing it? Because I'm sort of not
Sure.
fully. Look, Tegan, this is more just for you, but there's obviously my buddy who is in control of the arm.
Yeah.
Really, it's not me, but so it's more for their understanding as opposed to mine. Oh, 22.
Yeah, no, exactly. You know exactly what this is. Your buddy controlling the arm identifies that this is a level of nature magic, decay magic, spore magic. Identifies basically the word as just one word in your mind, druid. That
This
seems to be
party
the
is
only
quite.
explanation yet.
This party is quite fascinating. So yeah, I am sort of still myself paying attention to Habaru though. So I don't know. You dragged me in here, so
WizKid.
It's funny because
What?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
What's with the Borgs trying to run you down?
the what?
The fucking up to their gills tech.
Habaru, that's super offensive.
As you're saying this, you realize he's got like this metal implant that runs down his chin, one that runs across his forehead and eye. He's got metal like poking through. You can see the metal plating underneath his skin in like scars in his skin.
Oh my god, Habaru canceled. Seems calling people slurs.
Unfortunately,
It's not
like
the first time.
Wicked was streaming the whole thing.
Yes. Your phone at the
Like,
ready.
she was like, "Damn, probably shouldn't have started the stream."
There's
But
there's
but okay,
Mechians
so
everywhere, right? So all the
yeah, there
Mechians are
are.
going to be offended, but sure. These guys, these corpo rats,
Yeah.
you haven't come across them before.
Fucking do it.
No.
They're just
No.
nerds for hire. They
Corporation.
were just trying to bag me, but thanks for your assistance.
You keep saying bag.
Yeah.
What does that
Like-
entail?
Like, get that bag.
Like, get
you know?
me, you know.
What do they want to do with you?
Probably put him in a bag. Mainly his head.
They were.
That's where you keep all your good bits.
It's not really relevant right now. Thanks for your assist. I'm going to be on my way. Okay.
There's a soft thwomp, I'm assuming, as Arashi throws the body off the roof. Arashi?
Well, no. I will check it over up the top here. I'm interested in its poisonous sword.
Okay.
So I'm gonna grab that. Obviously, I'll find its sheath and put it together. Wanting to see, obviously, it's either coated or it takes vials, so it seeps it through the blade. So I'm going to look for any poison vials that would go with it.
Okay.
And I want to check. I heard Sabata say, I guess that's her name because it was a found dog tag type thing. But I want to search the body for. Because the clans in my time, not just my clans, other clans that operated, whether they be criminal or whatever, everyone had some form of tattoo or marking. So I'm looking for any markings on the body.
Roll me an investigation.
Yep.
Good call.
The fact that she's dressed like a ninja suggests that there's some form of clan.
So you go over her body. First of all, yes, the dagger itself is fed by vials. It does. She does seem to have 3 more vials on her of a strange, kind of viscous black liquid. It does have like a little label on it, denoting obviously that. Again, it has that KI KI Industries on it, and underneath it has like a serial number and designation name of this. It's known as Necro. And so she's got 2 more vials and the little, I think it's is it a tauntaun knife kind of thing. So yeah, it feeds the along the blade of that. She did have a marking of some description. It is clear that she was dead prior to being, dead. So she obviously was had not been living when she got employment here. But if she did belong to a clan, the clan has been branded off. So there's no sign. Within your own culture.
So it's been burnt over.
Yes, that
Alright.
within your culture that this is a sign of deep dishonor, that she has been
Well-
removed from her clan, removed herself from the clan.
I also know a wonderful trick about skin, so I want to pull out my dagger and I want to cut deep down into the flesh I just want to take that section.
Yep.
All right. And then you slowly just cut back the flesh so you're left with just a thick slab of skin. The underside
Yep.
of the skin will still have the emblem that's been burnt over on top.
Yep. You're not 100% sure of it. It has some semblance of some parts of your clan kind of tattoo, but you don't know if your clan tattoo's changed over the years or not.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to say that I probably know who this is, but I just want the
Yeah.
symbol so I can at least follow it up.
Okay, so you have that flesh.
I have
of-
that flesh.
You have
And
that
I go,
flesh marking.
Ooh, I'll open one of my containers out of the cooler bag. I'll
Yep.
finish that spring roll, and then I'll put the flesh in that container and put it back in the cooler bag.
Okay, you do so. It's going to smell delightfully of fried food later.
Sabata put his hand up to his glasses and go, "Hey, query, who is KI Industries?"
Query, is that what we're calling her?
Query.
Actually, really good.
KI Industries, you hear this voice. KI Industries, also known as Critvo Industries, leading makers of technological advancement.
Interesting. So that wasn't her name. It's a company.
No.
Hmm.
Does yours have one of these? Holds up the dog tag.
The gentleman who's talking to Habaru, as I said, his jacket also has that KI Industries symbol on the shoulder.
No, does your buddy have one of these tag things?
Oh yes, yes it does. I realize I got the tag because I looted him.
Yeah.
I was like, Wicked's been messing with him. No, yeah, I got a tag.
Does yours have a name or anything? I got numbers on the back here.
I didn't inspect it.
It just had numbers on the back. His
It just
ID
had
number.
numbers on the back.
Yeah.
I'll wing the card over to him and be like, check it out.
It's exactly the
Okay.
same.
Are the numbers exactly the same?
The numbers aren't exactly the same. They do have a different sequence, like a sequential number. So
Okay.
it's basically an employment number, employment designation.
So this must be their numbers from where they work at. They don't use names? That's ridiculous. Well, no, it's feasible if you got that many employees.
Yeah.
You don't have 15 Derricks, I suppose.
Everyone roll me down here, roll a perception, not a Rashi because you're up on the roof and not near these tags.
He could perceive from there.
I would like for us to
Is that including me?
maybe feed out
Yes.
gaming, including you, Chrome Dome. Let's talk for a bit.
Wicked, you're really focused on bringing this guy to life as it's pushing all these little bits of metal out of his body. So you're not really paying attention.
11 for me.
Proxy, you're focusing on Habaru. Habaru, you're focusing on Proxy. Sabata, you think these are pretty cool, and you're kind of wondering, like, what kind of stuff. And because you're so deeply focused, you don't notice it. But you, Feynman, just on the edges of your hearing, you start to hear this faint whine that sounds like it's increasing in pitch and volume, like a charging noise. Like,
Death approaches. Best skedaddle.
no, and they're coming from the things that Sabata is holding.
Ah. I mean, it still kind of stands that death approaches and we best skedaddle.
And then you start to hear.
I'm gonna grab and throw
beep,
those
beep, 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 beep,
into
beep,
like a
beep.
thing.
So you snatch them?
In.
You snatch them and throw? Okay. As you do so, you throw them into a bin with a clang. Roll me in, I think it would be an acrobatics because you're throwing it with dexterity. Roll me to see if you get it in the bin.
I'm gonna try to shield Habaru.
9.
Okay.
Since you're
I
close.
You
throw
grab-
it at the bin.
Okay. You kind of get it tangled a bit on your hand so it doesn't throw quite far enough. Habaru, Proxy grabs you and wraps himself against you, covering you with like the big arm, the metal arm on his back. You kind of feel a bit singed on the face as you take as Feynman, because it's not quite far enough away, as you take 6 points of fire damage as these things explode. Sabata, you and Wicked just kind of get a little bit of like radiant heat air waft off you, but Habaru, you are absolutely fine because Proxy did protect you.
Still got half a whiskey.
He's now holding you in his arms
Okay.
against his chest.
Yeah. Thanks, guy. Back it up.
Don't threaten my masculinity.
Oh, fuck off with that, Tegan.
I know. I'm joking, Andrew.
We need
I
to
kiss
scram.
all my homies goodnight, okay?
Do I remember the numbers?
Roll me history.
On history? Okay, we'll do a history.
Recent history.
Recent history. Yes. Thanks to Query taking a spooling screenshot of the last, 30 seconds, you can scroll back to that picture, mental
What
picture.
a privacy invasion issue that is.
I know, don't you like these
security threat
don't you like these crypto industry glasses?
Remember that embarrassing incident that you can't forget? because it was recorded.
Google does.
Wait. What brand?
I do
What-
because I have the recording.
Critvo Industries, the leading makers of the POM phone POM brand.
Sabata.
What?
Dude.
What?
Don't look at the hired Critvos Industries employee that we just murked with their brand glasses. That's probably telling them we just murked this guy.
The fun was I made the glasses. I converted
Question,
the phone into
Habaru?
the glasses.
Because I know that I put this in the I do know that I put this in the player information. What brand of phone do you have, Habaru?
It's Critvo, isn't it?
Tegan,
Do you have a
if you
pump?
fucking think I looked at the... No, I didn't look at the goddamn brand.
There's the POM brand, so the POM phone,
Mhm.
and then there's the Hesperides brand,
Which one is the Apple brand?
the POM brand.
Pom, yeah.
Then I would choose the opposite
Pomegranate.
because I'm a fucking Android.
Okay, so you've got a Hesperides. But
Yeah.
did we decide that you weren't going to have the latest one?
I guess not. Tegan, I don't know.
So you probably
This
have a
doesn't sound like a conversation we had.
you have a Hesperides Eagle then.
Sure.
Eagle.
As
But
soon as
I didn't realize my
it's-
phone brand fucking mattered.
I was going to say, you might be even poor. He's still got the old Nokia flip phone.
go analog,
They-
all
they
right.
make
Okay.
you a
And now that
Nokia
we've cleared that up,
110.
Feynman, though, I believe Feynman, you were given a new phone by the
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Bokia E62.
something that he couldn't break.
It's like
Okay,
this
I'll
some, like,
allow that.
generic ass
Wicked,
clamshell.
I know, has a POM phone, though, because she's got the latest POM phone.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course, because she's an influencer.
Can I, as soon as those glasses were mentioned of Sabata's, I've got an ability that allows me to analyze wireless signals
Yep.
within 60 feet of me. So I have to spend a minute analyzing it, but can I see if it is sending recordings out of this sort of thing?
Yes, it is. Like all the POM phones, POM brands, they're all connected to the POM network.
Into their servers now. Whether or not
You
they're
can
might
also
have-
tell coming off of
synchronized
Wicked
with
from
that.
Wicked's bag or pocket or cardigan pocket, wherever she keeps her phone. There's also that signal coming from there too.
I can block the signal for like literally 6 seconds, so there's probably no point doing that. But I think we're burned. If you have the POM brand glasses, it's not going to be long until they.
I changed them to this is Sabata.
I
I
did you change
created
the
these.
software. Did you change the servers they're sending the info to and getting info from?
Why would I do that for?
Okay, just turn them off for right now
Oh,
and put them in your bag.
nope.
They can track location through those, so
I think they.
it's not. Well, they won't have been analyzing the video straight away unless they've got one of their AIs monitoring for this. But I mean, we should be fine for a little bit, but we need to scram out of here.
But I'll take his glasses off and turn them around and look into them.
I feel
God.
like his head is
The robot man would have
You just
different
identified
terminology.
yourself to them.
I'll put it back on.
Wicked's head is spinning at all this techno speak.
Sabata, just
What?
put them away for now, and we can change them again later.
Fine. Happy.
You powered
them
them
off.
down and put them
My
away.
pocket.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll fix that later.
Do you have an Arashi call to summon him, or is he just looming over in the shadows above us?
He'll be standing behind me probably by now.
Where is Arashi?
I'll glance behind Sabata very expectantly.
I'm looking real
he's
fidgety right now, and I'm looking at the alleyway exit.
Arashi? Where are you, man? You're behind Tabata, aren't you?
No,
He's
beside.
behind me, isn't he?
Oh, he's next to him. Yep. He lands with the gracefulness of a cat.
All right,
All right,
let's tease it.
That's what?
let's leave.
Oh,
And
that
you-
I understand.
Why do we have to cheese them?
No, just ignore it. Hey, don't think I don't see you going. You're coming with us.
I was trying to edge out
Sneak
of the
out.
alleyway.
So Wicked
Wicked's on it.
scampers to catch up with Proxy. Falls in step beside him.
Yeah, we could just follow him because she figured he knew where he was going.
Do we like
I have
this?
no, I have nowhere to go. I'm just trying to get out of here.
The
And you're going to a weapons
the
store
corpse
with
of the
us.
gentleman starts following you, Wicked.
Come with me so you can explain more of this transferring data to cloud things.
Oh no, your technology is giving us away, is it, Sabata? Surprise, surprise.
No,
Yes.
maybe.
So where are you
If you
guys
don't know how to
heading?
use it properly,
Mutant
it
combat
will be
store. I'm
giving away.
selling this shit. I'm not waiting anymore. We're going to the
Yeah, I'm
mutant combat
following.
store.
I'm walking and talking.
Okay.
I need to get lost, so
So-
Cool. And you'll do it with us. And he slings a metal arm around his neck. All right, pal.
So
come
they
on with
drag
us.
you along to the mutant. They
Because-
drag you.
They'll be looking for you by yourself, but if you're with a group, they won't expect that.
they
You have
literally
to
have
come
video
with
of us all together
Wicked
killing
was,
their
But-
employees.
Safety in numbers.
We did
man.
also kill him without taking any damage. Except I hurt myself right at the end on the chips.
And
but
I also
that's
took
a
a little bit of
separate
damage
issue.
as well.
Yeah, but you're made of iron, so I don't think you really anything damages your cold heart.
Look, that is actually quite impressive, given that they've left a trail of bodies behind them. So
Well, now
Um,
we've left a trail of bodies behind us. So
you guys
stop
should
it.
see-
As
So-
as
should
the
stop
dead
it then,
body's
then.
following you.
is this convincing you? Would it help? No, wait, never mind. I don't remember
You
that. I was
guys-
gonna say, would it help if you knew I murdered a child?
but
That he
did not
doesn't
say
remember that. Though.
Wicked
He
tried
doesn't
to say
remember
that.
though.
She could
you're incredibly strong, aren't you? All of you.
Yeah, we're
absolutely.
pretty up there.
Don't think about that
Yeah.
time I tried to lift a guy in. Ever.
We
You pulled a muscle.
we are
You
incredibly
didn't do it
powerful.
right.
We all have
Yeah,
different
yeah.
strengths.
Okay, so
Good.
as
Get-
you
Mine
make
is literally meant to be strength.
It might put you at ease to know that we're planning on skipping town in like a day or two.
Today.
A
Really?
day or two. We're planning on
Today.
sitting down after exactly
Today.
one armory visit.
yeah,
Well,
We're planning
how
on
are you getting
skipping
out?
planes.
By boat.
No, not
Wait,
by
what?
boat. By plane walking, then by boat. We're getting out of this mortal coil.
Would
Can I
love to
take
leave
a-
this reality if you have a way.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
can
wait.
out
It's
here.
called
Hey.
fucking get a passport, scrub.
Hey,
Don't
hey,
have a
hey,
passport.
hang on. Let's do this. Let's barter. You seem like
Oh.
you know a thing or two about tech. You able to create some IDs? Say 3 of them.
that's easy
easy
for
enough.
you,
Yourself?
Proxy.
Yeah, easy enough. But who needs ID?
Those two.
I mean,
Catman,
me.
the one with the hood, and then we got this new guy with cybernetics and shit on him. I think he needs one.
Who's that?
There's you.
Oh, sarcasm.
Sarcasm. I'm not familiar.
Not
There's not much of that where I come from.
not to be the naysayer of this group, which I seem to be a lot of the time so far.
What?
We just found a random guy being chased by assassins, which
Cyberninjas.
Cyberninjas, which we intervened. We know nothing about him, and now you want him to make us fake IDs.
All right. And then
I
I'll,
met
I'll, I'll
you
walk
and
up.
Sabata before we fought the giant toad, and Sabata kept on saying happy, and I still went to battle with him.
I'll walk up, sling an arm around him, and I'll be like, "It's called making friends, pal.
I'm a great warrior. Of course you would.
You should try it sometime. That time being now
Happy.
with this guy."
I mean, I had a surprise that I was going to make Habaru happy, hopefully, but I
Happy.
guess
What is the surprise?
I may have sent a letter to my clan
Mm,
to organize fake ID for me. Like
mm,
10 of them.
what?
What do you mean 10 fake IDs?
Why,
Well,
why
you
do
can't use the
think
same one because then they track when you go to place to place. You use a different one every time you go to a
I-
different place.
I look
What
at that
courier
point.
do
That's
they
his
use?
prerogative. You know what? Fair enough.
What courier do they use? Because if it's not, what is it, Dime that delivers in one day, then it might take too long.
We have our own network. I don't know what they use nowadays. I'm currently not up on the infrastructure.
they're
It's
time
Mississippi
displaced,
Dime,
so they're going to
isn't
be
it?
worried about a lot of stuff.
I don't know the name of the rivers here.
Mm,
But Yeah, I thought I was being proactive to not stress you, hubby.
No, and I appreciate that. Genuinely, I appreciate that. But just 10 seems like a lot, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll 10 for you. Is there any for him? And just spot it.
Got one for Sabata, but I don't know how well it will work.
Why?
Well,
Tegan, how long will it take me to whip up an ID?
Honestly, it depends on how much downtime you want to spend coding, but maybe a couple hours.
I don't know your name, but I can get one
Oh.
done today.
Introductions. Yes.
Yes, we had better do that.
I was
My name
talking
is
to
Wicked
Arashi as well,
Willis.
just in case he doesn't know who I'm talking to, but
well, I don't know my name for my new passports yet because I don't have them, but if I'm not going by that name, I am Arashi.
There are some who call me Tim.
please
Richard.
let's call Arashi Tim.
That's going to be one of the passports for sure.
One of his names is Tim Burland.
Surely one of them's Tim.
Just Tim.
No last name, just Tim.
No,
Last
he's got
name
last name.
Tam.
It'll be Tam.
Tim
Yeah.
Oh
Tam.
no, we're not
They should
going
all
down.
be variations of Tim. It's Tim.
Okay. While
Tim
we're
Burland,
descending
Tim
down
Tam.
this, now because that's
Come on!
unfortunately that's crossing into V's territory. But okay, so you've asked
I am-
Arashi about his names.
I am
Introduce.
Sabata.
Sabata.
I was waiting for it.
How do you pronounce
Stitch,
that?
is that you?
That never changes, does it?
I said my name is Sabata.
Bata, yeah.
Expecting
Yes.
you to be amazed.
I don't. Didn't catch others' names.
I am
I'm
Hubbard.
Richard.
Still here yet. Hey.
Hello, I'm Wicked Willowstick. He does a little curtsy.
That name sounds familiar.
Oh, you heard of me?
Are
Maybe
you famous?
more yeah, I'd say. I guess so. Yeah, I'm a pretty famous,
famous, Wicked.
influencer. Yeah, you might know me as the Wicked Willow online.
I think I've seen some of your streams. They're all over the net.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, I have gone up in popularity recently.
Need to ask you about your methods later, with the body from before.
Oh yeah, that's just something I learned. I'm also I'm a witch.
Magic user, right?
Yeah.
Something different. Fucking Savata.
Sleight of hand. So come on, 16. You don't even notice. You know what? He fucking put the glasses on you.
And Feynman, are you going to introduce yourself?
I'm Richard Feynman. I'm a monk. I've been sober for about 2 months now.
Monk? You mean you're a
Sorry,
farmer?
that's the normal.
You're a farm hand.
No,
I'm
the
a
one thing he does
farmhand.
always know that he does always know that he is a monk. Like
I'm
that
a
is
monk so that I can fucking use my abilities. Basically, I know I'm a
Yeah.
monk, but I spend my spare time farm
Farming.
handing.
He believed that he learned how to use his light weapon by wielding a rake and a hoe and all that kind of
Yeah,
shit.
the
He
scythe.
transposes it. Yeah.
Who are
Okay.
you?
Oh yeah. That's me. Yeah. Kale Ashida is my name. That's what I call myself.
You name after a vegetable?
You name yourself Kale.
Well, it's my name before I was elevated.
Yeah,
Short were
that.
you before?
Sorry, cat person.
I said, how short were you before you were elevated?
Promoted.
Was the same height.
Oh, okay. Then you haven't really been elevated. Then you just.
No, elevated means promotion.
Oh. Okay.
Sort of promotion, augmented.
Oh, this stuff. It's the
Yeah,
things in
elevated.
your head. Oh, okay. That's what they call it, elevated.
Sort of made better.
Is that what happens when you go into an elevator?
No.
We have to find an elevator.
Well, yes and no, not in this circumstance.
Okay.
If you want to get it done without the corpos, you need a ripper dock. But
Ripper dock.
I mean, I suppose I could try my hand, but never done it before.
Your last name. Family name?
Don't know.
Don't
Just
know.
know the name.
Oh well. It's been a long time. So...
I'm assuming it's a family name.
Well, if you don't know, then there's no point in me inquiring any further.
Just, yeah. Don't remember my family if I had one.
Just curious if it's a... knew of a family with that name a long time ago.
Interesting.
Pretty much information brokers back then.
It's not stored in that thing on your head. Is it the what's it called? The hard drive?
A brain?
No, the mechanical thing in his head.
My head.
Yeah.
There's a hex drive.
A hex drive.
You mean the arm in his back?
What's stored in my hex
Isn't your
drive?
family? Wouldn't your family and stuff be stored there?
No.
No, that's in my
it doesn't work
remnant.
like that.
Are you talking about his memories?
Yes. Wouldn't they go into the metal thing?
No, that's in the remnant.
That's only if he knows it. He can't know a thing he doesn't know.
But what if he knows it but doesn't remember knowing it?
Do you understand elevation?
No. You bet yes, but no. Some of it.
Do you know regular humans?
Yes.
For
Regular.
context.
They're all organic, right?
Yes.
I don't have that. I'm Mekir. Used to be human.
Yes.
Was elevated.
Yes. So they wipe the part that remembers things that don't transfer it across to the little magic box.
Well, needed implants. Needed new memories. So they had to make room.
So they got rid of your old memories.
Not necessary.
They got rid of them because they were not necessary, or they not necessarily got rid of them?
Memories aren't necessary.
But how do you remember things then if you don't have memories?
The previous life's memories weren't carried over. He still remembers things now.
So they make you a new person, so to speak.
Essentially.
Yeah, I'm elevated.
Chromers like him live hard lives that are really out of the norm, and it's...
Abru, dude!
Listen, man, I don't like the idea of just, I'm going to chop off
Well,
some
I will say
bit
something.
and
Wicked, can you roll me a medicine check with advantage, Wicked?
Yes, I'm very good at that.
Are you a chroma, like you said? Is that what you're
No,
called?
it's...
Chroma.
we
He's like,
usually
"God damn
call
it!"
we usually call each other chromas. Others don't
Wicked.
usually use that term.
So,
Okay.
Wicked, first of all, just
You can't
Good
use the C
micromer.
word, Samata.
But
Wicked, just
he
because
saved
you
my life. He's okay.
Wicked. So, because you rolled really well, firstly, you can tell that this guy's pretty emaciated. He has not been eating well. He's lost a lot of muscle tone and things like this. Obviously, he does have all of the metal implants, and none of them are infected or anything like this, which is a good sign. But there's something about his face and his human features that you've seen in others, and it's judging by the fact that he does have a little bit of muscular tone return, but there's still something about him in the drawn look of his features. You're fairly certain, just because you're very adept at this, um, you're fairly certain at some point in this man's past, with, but it's not necessarily recent past, but some point in this man's past, he was a very habitual heavy drug user, like yourself.
Oh.
Game recognizes game.
Oh.
There's just something about his certain mannerisms and things like that that you identify in yourself, if you will.
Wicked thinks back for a moment on. Oh wait a second. Where'd Kevin go?
Kevin
You
had to
go.
run,
Oh,
and
sorry.
we are over time, so we will be finishing up very, very shortly.
Yeah, I'll finish up with. She thinks with. She thinks about what what Feynman just said about being 2 months sober as on accident. Oh, that was surprisingly on point. She thinks to herself. Oh, I. Are you? I mean, I thought you were a homeless guy at first already. Are you like? You don't have anywhere to go, do you?
I'm just trying to get lost. Need to get away. So
You,
I'm homeless, yeah.
You eat food like normal people?
I eat. Yes.
do you?
You want some
do you-
pocket bacon? I'll hold out a piece of bacon for him.
I take it. I'm quite hungry.
There you go.
Do you
Haven't eaten
need
properly in
any-
days.
Oh,
Need
hon,
any
okay.
meds to make
I-
sure your
I
flesh
have-
doesn't reject any augments?
Yeah, you do look a
Or are
little
you like good?
ill.
Flesh
But
should
here-
be okay. I just maintain.
I have some trail mix.
Okay.
Here you go. You guys have some of that too.
I have something better, and I'll pull out, today's
I'm
fresh.
taking all this food. Sorry, guys. I'm just.
Yeah, he's just he's.
Yeah,
So as
I-
you're,
container full of fresh or
and I know you guys are really
Well-
fascinated. I know you guys are really fascinated, but we'll continue this conversation next week.
Oh,
As
I just had one bit where I'm sort of like, oh, not that, and I'll pull the flesh container back from you and put it back in the.
Oh, no, thank you.
as Kale is taking your food and eating it as you're walking along, and you do go to the mutant provisions, because I know that Andrew will be very upset if we don't.
No, we did it. You know we did this on purpose.
But you do go to the mutant provisions and we can have a discussion about what you sell. But we'll pick this conversation up next week. I hope everyone enjoyed listening and watching and whatnot. It was wonderful. Welcome to the party, Kale, as odd as that moment was. And we will see where this goes next week. But realistically, next week, road trip starts. So yay! We'll see what happens. But either way, thank you for watching, guys. It was wonderful to have you here. For those who are watching now and in the future, it's always wonderful to have you guys watching and listening and seeing what we're doing. But otherwise, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week. Drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, look after yourselves and those around you, and we will see you all next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.